What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris Style
Hey, Mal.
Podcast, episode 256, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good day, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream. You're listening on the playback. We appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comment section. We got a few things to speak on. Some NBA playoff stuff. Finals is here. WNBA stuff, boxing news. We got Mall's random news, of course, and we got some NFL season over and unders. The schedules have come out, so we're going to talk about that. And of course, Mall has a rant about his Lakers. So, hope everybody's ready for all of this. Mall, how are you feeling, sir?
Feeling good, man. Beautiful. Well, not a beautiful day outside. It's pretty windy out there. Pretty cold too, a little bit. Overall, man, feeling good, in good spirits, man. How you feeling?
I'm pretty good. I can't complain, man. You know. Just living life, player.
I feel it.
So, all right, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you kick this off, man. You got a rant that you want to go into. You said you wanted some things you wanted to air out. So the floor is yours, sir.
I appreciate it. Look. I'm gonna start off with this, man. Obviously, there's been some conversations that have been brewing ever since the Lakers have been, eliminated from the playoffs through a surprising, really good season, depending on everything that has been about with the Lakers. So I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna play a clip. And we are going to get this thing going. Let me see if I can find a clip real quick. All right. So obviously, Dave McMenamin, he put out an actual article on LeBron James and his personal feels on how everything is going. So let me play this clip real quick, and then we'll get it going. Let's see, where the fuck is this shit at? What the hell is that? No, there.
Boy, your story is quite something today. Man, that was something else. How do we jump into this thing? First things first is, why aren't there more than one game ball?
It's a good question.
Wouldn't that have been great?
Yeah.
Hey,
had some foresight there.
I understand, like, this is, this would be like Oprah giving away cards. You get a game ball. But there were so many milestones.
Yeah. So we're talking about March 31st.
Yes, sir.
Lakers beat the Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
It completes what ends. We don't know. At this point, in retrospect, they've now gone 16-2 over a 32-day stretch. And in this game against the Cavs, LeBron James, most wins in NBA history combined, regular season.
And against the Cavs.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
15,000 points for Luka Doncic for his career, 5,000 points for Rui Hachimura. And it secures back-to-back 50-win seasons and 100 wins in J.J. Redick's coaching career. So in the post-game locker room, J.J. Redick doing a good job and kind of recognizing this group accomplishment is listing off all the things that were done by his team that day.
Mm-hmm.
And as JJ's addressing the room, Rob Pelinka takes his turn to address the room, is holding the game ball, and presents it to JJ Redick. Shortly thereafter, LeBron James, who, of course, he arrives to the arena wearing like an outfit and then showers and changes and stuff and leaves in that outfit. Well, this night was still in the practice shorts, ice bags on his knees, slide sandals on his feet.
And he walked right out.
Walks out.
By the way, Dave McMenamin here on the Rich Eisen Show talking about his piece that's on ESPN.com that's kind of burning up the entire NBA community, and certainly here in Los Angeles, California, live on the Rich Eisen Show. So LeBron James walked out with bags of ice on his knees? Or took those off and left? Do we know that?
No. I mean, I saw it with my own two eyes. The bags of ice are still on this. And so this is like, so to be clear, this isn't because he doesn't think JJ Redick is deserving of a moment. It's not about that at all.
Yes.
He has a great relationship.
And it was a beautiful moment. The video of his children saying, "Congratulations, Dad."
Right.
Beautiful moment.
It was taken by LeBron to be another example of the Lakers not appreciating him and everything that he does.
Where does that come from?
All right, so that was one video. That was one video where he kind of talks about it. I will show you guys a clip that he's currently talking about with the situation with him. This is the clip.
Luka, 15,000 career points. Luka also the 10th person to ever have 600 points. All right. More importantly, LeBron James, winningest player of all time in the regular season.
We got one more accolade tonight, but we got to roll the video first.
Hi, Dad. Congrats on your 100th win. I'm very proud of you. I love you. Go Lakers. Woo-hoo!
Happy 100th win, Dad. You're a great dad and a great coach, and I love you so much.
Go Lakers!
To come in the league and get back-to-back 50-win seasons, first 2 years as a coach, puts you in elite category.
Come on. Our coach.
So that is the infamous video where LeBron James is said to be feeling like he's feeling underappreciated by the Lakers because they gave the game ball to JJ Redick after LeBron James, who became the most winningest player regular season and NBA playoff combined. I'm gonna play one more clip and then I will go. Okay.
In that moment made my damn skin crawl because Rob Pelinka has been the problem. And I get it, Rob Pelinka, you're trying to move on from LeBron James, Rich Paul, and the whole clutch moment. And I get it, your new face is Luka Doncic and the great Bill Duffy, who I love, so that's who you're hearing and listening to. But let's not forget, Rob Pelinka is and always will be a Kobe Bryant guy. And so when you think about, forget that moment in the locker room, he should have gave the game ball to LeBron James. I feel LeBron felt some type of way. But let's talk about this roster that they put in place. LeBron James knows what a championship roster look like. LeBron James also this season came out after they finished playing the Oklahoma City Thunder and said, that's the championship roster. In the regular season, he said that. So he was shooting a slug at Rob Pelinka to tell you, hey, man, you need to be unsay this roster and upgrade in certain areas. LeBron James wasn't happy when they signed DeAndre Ayton this offseason because we all know, we thought that DeAndre Ayton, a lot of people thought that he was going to change. But Stephen A., I'm going to steal one of your lines. Damn it, if it walked like a duck, it quacked like a duck, it damn sure ain't a giraffe, okay? It damn sure ain't a giraffe. You usually say a mongoose, I'm going to say a giraffe. I know, but I want to put my flavor to it. You know what I mean? But what I'm telling you is when you have a guy, a legend, an all-time great, in some people's eyes, and my eyes, a GOAT, you do everything and more, especially at the level that he's been playing at. You do everything and more to surround him and that team with the pieces to actually go out there and contend for a title. So Rob Pelinka, out of any other person, that's the person we need to be highlighting because he hasn't been doing his damn job when it comes to putting pieces around Luka and LeBron. Now he has a big decision to make, and that decision is going to be who you going to pay the bag to this offseason. Is it going to be Austin Reeves or is it going to be LeBron James? You know where I stand at. You better get that bag to LeBron James and put it out in front of him and let him come back and be that second option to Luka Doncic.
All right. So Kendrick Perkins went on to say what he had to say. In response to that, look, I'm going to start off by saying this. LeBron James, we know LeBron James to be a great player. Chris would agree with that. There's no denying that. Now, where you want to place him out in your totem pole, strictly up to you. That's the great thing about sports. You can put whoever you want. Chris wants to put Patrick Mahomes as the greatest of all time. Let him do it. I don't care. If you can have an argument about it, but if he perceives it that way, that's fine. It's like my perception where Kobe Bryant is my GOAT. Now, obviously, we know Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. People like to have the similarities to that. But if I have my right, I have my right. Now we can have the argument. We can go back and forth. We can have the discourse and be cool with that. But this whole notion that LeBron James feels unappreciated by the Lakers is the biggest fucking joke I've ever heard in my fucking life. LeBron James has been coddled to his whole Lakers fucking career. He came in, we got him Anthony Davis, we traded him fucking Anthony Davis, and we got into the situation. We were able to do that. We traded a lot of our young assets and a lot of first-round picks to do that. We traded Brandon Ingram. We traded Josh Hart. We traded all these guys who end up becoming all-stars, great role players we currently need right now. Then we had a team that went in a year that people did not expect for us to win NBA championship. And I know a lot of people want to call it the bubble this, bubble that, but let's state facts. That ring was probably one of the hardest rings you could ever probably achieve. And before that, before the whole COVID situation, the Lakers were playing some of the best ball in the league. They beat the Clippers and they beat the Bucks back-to-back nights, two of the top teams that year. So then they come in, they have like a 3-4 month break. Everybody fully rested. The Clippers are fully rested. The Bucks are fully rested. The Miami Heat are fully rested. The Denver Nuggets are fully rested. Everybody's fully rested. Phoenix Suns, everybody. No one had no excuses. Everybody had pure health. And you know what the Lakers did? They went and beat everybody in 5 fucking games. So then we win the goddamn NBA championship in the bubble. We go into next year. We're the number 1 seed at the time before LeBron James gets rolled. His ankle gets rolled on. I forgot the gentleman's name. It looked like he did that shit on purpose. LeBron James was having a great year. The Lakers were having a great year. We were feeding off of that. We had a really great year. Then, because of that situation, LeBron James and Anthony Davis decided to fight for, of all fucking people, Russell Westbrook to be on this team. So then on top of that, you guys decide to keep Taylor Horton-Tucker. Because for some reason you like Taylor Horton-Tucker over Alex Caruso, who Alex Caruso has been a proven player before that. But for some reason, y'all had this enamoration with Taylor Horton-Tucker, which I'm not even going to blame LeBron on that. I will blame the front office on that situation. But LeBron James and Anthony Davis, which has been proven, they fought for Russell Westbrook to be on this team. We all know who Russell Westbrook is. Russell Westbrook is a triple-double demon. But with all due respect, he is not a winning player. We have all seen it. We've all established that. It doesn't deny the greatness of him and his career, but the facts are the facts. You cannot win with Russell Westbrook leading your team or being the star point guard on your team. It's just not going to work. He's a turnover waiting to fucking happen. So you decide to trade the rest of our assets. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who is a great member of our team, was our best two-way defender. Kyle Kuzma, we all know what Kyle Kuzma is. He has his ups and downs, but for the most part, he's a really good player. We traded Montrezl Harrell, and we traded our first-round pick that we potentially could have got for somebody else. So we traded all that, knowing the amount of cap hit we would have. Then comes the new CBA agreement, and we all know what that kind of did to the cap, the free ability of being able to trade and doing all that stuff, matching salaries and all that. That kind of got thrown out the window. LeBron James is labeled to be the smartest NBA player in basketball fucking history, but for some fucking reason, he doesn't understand assets and fucking salary cap when it becomes a situation where he needs something for himself. Then it comes to the situation where his son, God bless his son, coming off the heart ailment that he had to. We drafted him. A lot of people didn't even have him on his draft board. I don't care what the fuck this little nigga did in the fucking combine, respectfully, but he was not even on people's draft boards, and we still drafted this little nigga. So we drafted your son. We gave him a 4-year contract. Yes, there are other players who have had contracts kind of similar to him, but for the most part, he averaged more than most 55th overall picks. So we drafted your son. We did it in a situation where it was comfortable for him, where he's with the team, off the team, playing with on them. He's getting a little minutes here, getting a little minutes there. You know what I'm saying? Like. And to the all, I like Bronny James to a degree. I think he can be a serviceable player, but let's state facts. All this shit because LeBron James feels like he's underappreciated. That is the biggest load of shit I've ever heard. The Lakers have done nothing but coddle to you, nigga. Respectfully. You're worried about a fucking game ball? Nigga, you're supposed to be King fucking James, and you're worried about a fucking game ball? You're 42 fucking years old. You've had so many accomplishments over and again, breaking scoring records, winning championships, and you're worried about a funky-ass game ball, and your head coach won his first 100 games, 50 win back-to-back seasons, and LeBron James is worried about a fucking game ball. Like, are we dead ass? Are we really that serious to the point where you're tripping about how you feel and appreciated because of a fucking game ball where you want to be all fucking passive aggressive and leave in your fucking pre-game warm-up shit, ice knees iced up and walk out the fucking arena because you feel slighted because you ain't get a funky ass game ball? Are we dead ass? You're King James, the best player in the world, and that's what you're worried about? Come on, dog. Respectfully, grow the fuck up. For real, dog. Every team that you have came across, whether it's the Cleveland Cavaliers, they gave you everything. Miami Heat, they gave you everything. Going back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, you went on a whole fucking 2-weekend sabbatical in the middle of the season because you didn't like not one fucking player on your team, and they traded everybody to get what you wanted. Are you serious right now? You dragged Damon Jones every fucking where. You did everything, dog. What are we talking about? And you're going to sit here and say the Lakers did nothing for you, and you got cats like Kendrick Perkins saying some dumb shit like, oh, like they need to pay this nigga. Pay him for what? LeBron James ain't been a winning player the last 4 years. He's 42 years old. Yes, he's putting up great stats, but so did Russell Westbrook, and he ain't winning no games. LeBron James ain't winning us no games. If LeBron James was LeBron James, do you not think we would have won a couple of those series back in the day? You don't think he could have beat the goddamn Denver Nuggets with that fucking squad that they had? You don't think we could have beat who we did? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about, dog? We would have swept the Rockets this year. Wouldn't have been close. Respectfully to LeBron James, you're not who you once were, and that's okay. You are getting older. Respectfully, it doesn't deny you from your career, but to sit here and act like the Lakers have not done nothing for you is a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's getting to the point where you even have cats like Shannon Sharp coming over here saying, oh, when Kobe Bryant was on the Lakers were, before LeBron James, the Lakers were never on team. Nigga, that's fucking bullshit. Respectfully, LeBron James ain't bigger than the Lakers program. He's not. The Lakers history surmounts whatever LeBron James has done in this fucking league. Respectfully. You cannot erase the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, yes, when LeBron James came to the Lakers, were the Lakers dog shit? Absolutely. But every team who loses their star player who they had for 20 plus years, who won them 5 NBA championships and has a whole bunch of young guys, which we drafted pretty well. We drafted Brandon Ingram. We drafted Josh Hart. We drafted Julius Randle, even though Julius Randle showed his ass the other day and it don't look good, but he's still a great player. We drafted Alex Caruso. We drafted Kyle Kuzma. We drafted so many great players who are either became all-stars or super excellent in their roles. And we could have continued to have that. Who said if LeBron James never came to the Lakers, who says we couldn't have had a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Who says we couldn't have had an Anthony Edwards or a Victor Wembanyama or a Chet Holmgren or whoever else who has came in the league and has been great ever since that moment when LeBron James came to the Lakers? I'm tired of this shit that LeBron James saved the Lakers from being this organization that was fucking terrible. Every organization has gone through this. The San Antonio Spurs, when they went through it, no one had no problems and called them a dog shit organization. When the Boston Celtics had to go through it, no one said anything about them being a dog shit organization. We got the Golden State Warriors going through this shit now. And every year they say the Steph Curry and Draymond Green have a chance to win an NBA championship, and they never dog this franchise. And the Lakers have done 20 times more than anything the Warriors have done, anything. The only team that can compete with us is the goddamn Celtics. No, everybody else can't even sniff our fucking sneakers. What the fuck are we talking about, dog? The media has gone insane. This is the reason why I don't fuck with LeBron. respectfully, as an NBA player, because it's people that talk nonsense every single day about this nigga over and over that makes no sense. You would never do this shit with LeBron James. Like, you got people mad at Anthony Edwards for going over and shaking hands in the middle of the game when LeBron James has done it. He did it. I don't give a fuck how much time was left on that goddamn clock. He did it in the middle of the game. The same as Anthony Edwards. I don't care that Anthony Edwards did it in a timeout and walked his ass all the way over there. I don't care. It's the same concept. But LeBron James don't get no flack for that. LeBron James don't get no flack for any time he don't like what fucking goes his way. He wants to be all fucking like passive aggressive and all like, I'm gonna go on this vacation until you guys trade this. I need you to pay me this. Bro, you're 42 years old. You don't have that weight no more, bro. Get off my fucking team. Respectfully, the Lakers will be better off without you. Respectfully, LeBron James can't do nothing for this Lakers team besides, I guess, put more eyes on it, but we don't even need that. We don't even need you for that. The Lakers have the biggest fucking fan base in the NBA, and it ain't even close, dog. It ain't even close. Respectfully, look at the numbers, nigga. Respectfully, dog, it's fucking annoying. For all these fucking LeBron dick rides. Van Lathan was correct. Dick riding is an epidemic right now. Niggas got no common sense and what the fuck they're talking about. And they want to talk this most egregious shit. Like this Lakers franchise is fucking beyond terrible. We were able to pull the Luka Doncic trade. And the only reason why we didn't tell you, nigga, is because the real reason is you would have said some shit and the deal would have gotten done. Imagine where the Lakers would have been if we were still relying on LeBron James. No, the Lakers took advantage. We're sorry, Anthony Davis. We love you. We respect you. We appreciate everything you've done. But we're trading you for Luka Doncic 10 out of 10 times. We're doing that. And in the moment we did that, LeBron James realized it hit him in the face. You are not the number one player on this team no more. No matter where you go, you're not the number one team. You're not the number one focal point. And that's okay, brother. You're getting older, as you should. You should be looking forward to retirement. There's nothing that I can say or anybody that can say that can detriment your career. As you as an NBA player, you as a father, you as a person, no one has nothing to say bad about you. But it's all this extracurricular shit that is fucking annoying. So please, I beg the Lakers, do not give this man this money. And I guarantee you, the moment he leaves our organization, the better off we will fucking be. Because it is old shit. It's old, dog. You are too grown to be acting like this, brother. You really are. And then he wants to get on and say, man, I've been chilling. Everything you've been saying a lot. Bro, that's cap, bro. That's cap. That's cap. We know how you run. The Lakers were Clutch Sports Inc. when you were there, when you first got there. Half of the players, 70% of the players were all Clutch Sports athletes, dog. So you're bitching that, oh, we had to go get DeAndre. Who else are we supposed to get? We ain't got no cap relief, nigga. You ain't taking no goddamn pay cut. We got to pay Luka. We got to pay AR. We ain't got no assets because we used it all in Russell Westbrook trade. We used it all up for the Anthony Davis trade, but yeah, you're telling me you're the smartest NBA player in the world, but you don't understand that? You don't understand that. You already know it's hard enough for Lakers trying to trade with other teams because of the perception of the Lakers getting what they always want. The Luka Doncic trade is a clear example of that. A clear example of that. But for some reason, you can't get it through your great NBA brain that's impossible for us to do, to try to trade for certain players because we don't have the assets. We don't have the cap. We don't have the money for it. At that particular time, we lucked up getting Marcus Smart. We lucked up getting DeAndre Ayton. No matter how you personally feel about these players after this year, we lucked up. Imagine what we would have had without DeAndre Ayton or Marcus Smart or being able to try to trade for Luke Kennard. But for some reason, oh, it's Rob Pelinka's fault. Oh, what? I'm not going to absolve Rob Pelinka of anything, but I'm not going to blame him for that shit. He did the best he could with the situation you gave him because you demanded certain shit. Like, let's stop trying to revise history in LeBron James. Again, he's a great NBA player. You could put him 1, you could put him 5, you could put, I don't care. We just all know he's one of the greatest. But when it comes to the history of LeBron James, Talk about everything. Talk about the inability to actually fucking be a really good member of the fucking team and not always revolve about him and his aura and who he is. This is the same man that got scared of doing the dunk contest. This is the same man who had to try to get video wiped away because some young nigga dunked on his ass because he didn't want that perception of people dunking on him because he's viewed as the king. This is your GOAT. This is your GOAT. Who cares if you got dunked on, cuz? No one cares. It's going to come and go. But he's so worried about his perception. It is nauseating, dog. Own up to your shit. For real. And stop trying to portray like the Lakers have done nothing for you, dog. They have paid you well. They gave you opportunity. Like, let's stop the bullshit. LA did a lot more for you than Cleveland did, than Miami did. Let's stay facts, dog. There's a reason why you came to the Lakers. There's a reason you chose the LA market. You could have went anywhere. We were a dog-ass franchise. You didn't need to come to us. The Laker fans weren't even begging for you. We weren't. We were cool with the young assets. We understood the situation that we were in. And all we hoped was for development. And you want to be inspired by the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder? Look what the fuck they did. They drafted and developed, brother. They didn't trade all their young assets so they can get one guy and hopefully win it. It don't work like that no more, bro. But you're still on that mindset that you need to trade for 2, 3, 4 all-stars so you can compete. No. It don't work like that. Those days are done, especially with the cap situation that we got. So now you're asking Kendrick Perkins, you're asking the Lakers to fucking pay a 42-year-old nigga that does not impact winning the likes of what he used to and the capacity of what he used to. And you want us to waste all of our cap space for him for what? For what? What? You're going to say the same shit. The Lakers are fucking terrible. They're dependent on LeBron James. He's old as dirt. So why would the Lakers, ideal-wise, why would they do that? That sounds stupid. It's you're making the same mistakes over and over and over again. The Lakers need to get young. That is the number one thing, young and athletic. LeBron James ain't neither one of those. He kind of athletic. He's still athletic to a degree. He ain't what he once was, but he's still above average. But we need young talent. We need rotational players. We need players 6 through 10. As Chris Ellen, he stated it so beautifully. When we talked about what the Lakers need to do in offseason, it's not the 1 through 3. Hell, it's not even the 1 through 4. It's the 6 through 10. And if we pay LeBron James and we pay Austin Reeves, that 6 through 10 is going to be the same shit we've been seeing for the last 5 years. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. 3 times, bro, you're just idiotic, bro. Come on, man. Come on, dog. And I'm done.
All righty. You got it out your system, sir?
For now. Unless more shit come on. But, dog, am I wrong, though? Am I wrong, brother?
No, there's always something that comes with LeBron. There's always some drama. There's always some something in the off season that comes, and you hear a story or this, that, and the third with every team that he's with. So I'm not disputing what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say. I got it all.
That's what comes with LeBron James.
Yeah. And it was understandable when he was young and actually affecting winning. When he's 42 years old, respectfully, it's just not worth it no more as an organization. It's not. It's really not. You know what I mean? Especially in our situation, the Lakers, it may be worth it for the Warriors. It might be worth it for the Knicks. It might even be worth it for the Cavs. But for the Lakers, this predicament, LeBron James is not our focus. It is Luka Doncic, possibly Austin Reeves, and finding a way to build our team so we can compete when those guys are off the court. Again, as Chris stated it beautifully, it's not the 1 through 4. It is the 6 through 10 that the Lakers have the biggest issues with when it comes to competing with the Spurs and the Thunder and the Knicks and teams of that nature. You have young up-and-coming teams who understand that, like the Atlanta Hawks, like the Washington Wizards, like the Phoenix Suns and what they had, the Dallas Mavericks. You have a lot of young teams who didn't really do well, but you see the elevation. The Hornets, you see the elevation. You see the direction that they're going. The Lakers need to do that. And they need to do this smartly. This is the most important offseason in Lakers history. And LeBron James cannot dictate what the fuck the Lakers need to do. Respectfully, this ain't 32-year-old LeBron. He's 42, respectfully. So, bruh, go to the Cavaliers. Compete for the championship. I'm happy for you, brother. Go. Please, get off my team. But if you're not going to take the pay cut, if you're not going to understand the vision that the Lakers need and to be able to compete because that's what you want, giving you $40+ million ain't going to be the answer, dog. You're not the answer. He's not the answer to the Lakers. And Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith and Jason Williams and all these guys who want to keep saying that LeBron James, they need to go ahead and just, no, I don't care. I would rather have another losing season or not win shit without LeBron James and actually develop the young talent. We don't need LeBron. LeBron ain't doing nothing for us but us donating him $45-50 million. This ain't charity, bro. We don't need you. Get off my team. Respectfully, King. Off.
Alrighty. All right, man. Let's talk some NBA playoffs and news.
All right, man. Woosa. All right, let me calm down real quick. All right, the NBA playoffs is still going on full effect, man. We finally hitting in the conference championship games. But over the weekend, we'll start off on Wednesday, obviously because we didn't have the show. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they ended up winning 117-113. That game, creating a 3-2 series lead. They ended up winning 3 in a row that night. With James Harden, he was one of the key figures in them winning that game. On Friday, we had the doubleheader where the Detroit Pistons ended up tying the series 3-3, winning 115-94. Cade Cunningham, he had 21 points. James Harden had 23 in the loss. San Antonio, they ended up closing out that series, winning 139-109. Stephen Castle had an amazing game, 32 points. Anthony Edwards had 24 points. A lot of people, I'll ask Chris this. A lot of people were having problems with Anthony Edwards going to congratulate the San Antonio Spurs with 8 minutes left, even though their coach did wave the white flag and all that. I say you, sir, what did you have any issues with Anthony Edwards doing that?
Did I personally look at them and be like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? This is disgusting. No, I didn't look at it like that. But I can understand the optics of it. You know what I'm saying? I do agree LeBron has already done it before, but I can't understand the optics from a fan perspective of, even though the coach did wave the white flag, you could wait to the end of the game to, go congratulate everybody. But did I have an issue with it? No, I didn't have an uproar. I wasn't about to be a Karen about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
No, I didn't have a problem with it either. Again, people want to talk about I understand Udonis Haslem. He kind of pointed out, but Anthony Edwards is not the person I'm going to sit here worried about competition. He's the last person I'm worried about competing. He's the last person I'm worried about if he wants to win. There are a lot of questions that need to be answered with that Minnesota Timberwolves team. It kind of looks like there's a lot of turmoil within that locker room. The more we've seen it, we'll get to that when I get to what they need to think about during the off season. But it just comes to a situation where he's the last person. And we, again, as I said on my, I don't know how long was my rant, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That even LeBron James did it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just again, Anthony Edwards, and I get it. He's not on the echelon of what LeBron James has already accomplished. I get that, but he's the last person I'm going to worry about. But again, the Minnesota Timberwolves got a lot to work on. With the San Antonio Spurs, how impressed were you with them closing out that win on the road?
I've always said that they're the better team. I just think that they're, they just got too many levels to their team. Wembanyama is the best player on their court right now. I mean, it's him and Anthony Edwards. They're, on the same level, I would say, in their own rights. But I just think the Spurs were the better team, and they did what they were supposed to do. And I think that the consensus was the Spurs. We'd rather see the Spurs than the Thunder.
Yeah, no, I get it. We were all kind of again, it came down to Minnesota just wasn't healthy enough for me to want them to see them going against the Thunder. It's no disrespect to him, to them. If they were healthier, I would have definitely wouldn't mind if Minnesota would have won this series. But we know what we've been wanting since probably the middle of the season. We've been wanting that Spurs Thunder matchup, which we're going to get tonight. I can't wait to watch it. We'll get Chris's prediction here in a little bit, but shout out to the Spurs and shout out to Minnesota, man. They had a great year, and hopefully everybody recovers with their injuries. Dante DiVincenzo, Anthony Edwards, and all that. All right, last night, pretty disappointing Game 7. The Cleveland Cavaliers dominated the Detroit Pistons 125-94. Donovan Mitchell, they had him play point guard Mitchell. I like that situation. He almost had a triple double. He was some stats away a little bit. He had 26 points. Dennis Jenkins was the high scorer with 17 points. Overall, man, how disappointed were you in the effort with the Detroit Pistons and what they've shown in Game 7?
I just think that this has been the problem for the whole playoffs for the Detroit Pistons. It's Cade Cunningham or bust. Dudes are too inconsistent. And, if he has a bad night, then they're not going to win anything. And so this is, I know we're going to probably get into what they need to do in the offseason, but this is something that they need to highlight going into the offseason, that Cade needs help.
Yeah, that Cade definitely needs help. You could definitely see he was getting worn down as the series was going down. He had his moments where, he did have that boost of energy. Obviously, he's young enough to be able to do that, but for him to try to carry that load offensively and still be one of their top elite defenders and stuff on that, especially on the perimeter, it takes its toll, man. You could clearly see they needed some of that. Before I get into my offseason with both the teams that got eliminated, obviously we got the conference championships, man. We got them alive. So tonight we got the San Antonio Spurs versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. What's your prediction, man? Who you got? How many games? What do you think how the series plays out?
I got the Spurs in 7.
Spurs in 7. I'm gonna take the opposite with you. I'm gonna go Thunder in 7, just because of home court advantage. They will have home court advantage, but again, this is a 50-50 fight. This is like to me, like kind of like if Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather were to get in the ring when they're in their primes, that's the kind of fight I think we're getting right here. That's kind of my viewpoint in this. It's I wouldn't be surprised either way, but I can't wait. This is a series I can't wait for. And then in the Eastern Conference, it'll start up tomorrow. Cleveland Cavaliers, they're gonna have a short turnaround, man. Trip to New York. They go to New York, man. They play on Tuesday night, man. So how many games? What do you see happening in this series?
I got the Knicks. I'm going Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. No matter what the Cavs did the other night, James Harden was bailed out big time because he was dog shit. You could tell he was scared of the moment. Again, I don't know how much you can rely on with James Harden. They don't have anybody that can guard Jalen Brunson. They do not. Donovan Mitchell ain't doing it. None of those guys are doing it, and they have a different variations of players they can throw at Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. You got the bigs that match up very well against the bigs of the Cleveland Cavaliers. If the Knicks continue to play, like obviously things can change. Series are different, but if the Knicks continue to play the way they've been doing, OG's coming back, he's healthy. They said he's cleared to go. I don't see how the Knicks don't win in 5. Honestly, I'm low-key leaning sweet, but I'm being respectful. The most 6. Like the Knicks, the Knicks always tend to fuck up one game. We saw that last year where they should have beat the Indiana Pacers, but they were up double digits in that game 1. They let them come back in the craziest way I've ever seen. But the Knicks have that in them, but I think they have matured a lot. They're playing really great ball. I got the Knicks in 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if they swept. All right, man, I'm going to get into my before we get into more NBA news, I'm going to get into some of my offseason moves that I would like to see with both teams. I'm going to start with the Detroit Pistons, and obviously we'll get Chris's opinions. My number 3 for me is Ausar Thompson needs to find an offensive back, and he needs to find an offensive back quick. If defensively, you are one of the best perimeter defenders. You and your brother are both in the same case. But my brother, if you do not get an offensive back, you will be Vando 2.0, you and your brother, in the next 3 years. it's going to get to a point where you're going to get played off the court because you're just such a liability, especially in instances where if you're on a team that doesn't have a lot of offensive power that can compete with these other teams, you will get played off the court. At least in the starting lineup, you will be coming off the bench. So I got that. Number two, obviously the biggest thing is Cade needs help on the offensive side. They need to find another scorer for him to get a lot of that pressure off. If you could do that, I think it opens up the NBA championship window for them even more. If you can find a consistent scorer for them, hopefully somebody on that same time frame. I know they've been kind of linked to Lauren Markkinen and stuff like that from Utah. You know, Utah has a lot of things going on. That could be a potential trade, whatever. So they got to see what's up. And then number one, it's definitely to Tobias Harris and Jalen Duren contracts. They need to figure out what they want to do with those guys. Obviously, Jalen Duren, he was kind of trending to getting a max contract, but how poorly he played in these playoffs, that's going to be kind of an interesting conversation. Tobias Harris, he had his high moments, he's had his low moments. You kind of know who Tobias Harris is in a sense. Yeah, those are my top three as far as like with the Detroit Pistons. What do you have?
I mean, same with you. Another consistent scorer next to Cade. Somebody who could score in isolation, create late clock offense, hit pull-up threes, and punish double teams. You know, somebody who can create their own shot, pretty much. And then get some elite shooting around Cade. You know, so get some guys who could catch and shoot. You know what I'm saying? When Cade is getting double team, he can kick it out to him. And, you know, they can, you know, hit those threes because, you know, that's where the game is right now. So you're going to need that perimeter shooting. So definitely need to get some more of that. And probably get some more rim protection. You know, I think Jalen Duren is good offensively, but I think they need to get some better rim protectors too to help out, you know, defensively too. So you won't have blowout losses like this.
Absolutely. Totally agree. I think they do have some young pieces that are really good. But they need it's going to be interesting. I'm glad that they came out and said they're going to keep the head coach. I think the head coach shouldn't be in any kind of trouble or anything like that. But I think it's more pressure on the GM than anything else, that they need to find ways to build up this offensive thing. And then, again, Sir Thompson, I think he could be the biggest key going in this offseason. If he can just find a consistent jumper, I'm not asking to go out there and be Kyrie or Kobe or anything like that, but just be a consistent shooter, three-point shooter. I think it would be just light years for this team. For the Minnesota Timberwolves this offseason, obviously, I think the number three thing for me is they need to figure out their financials. They got a lot of players on a lot of big contracts they need to figure out. Obviously, you got Rudy Gobert, you got Naz Reid, you got Julius Randle, all on big contracts. I think they need to find some relief, find some creativity, and try to find some assets that can help this team a little bit more by also getting off of some of those contracts that could be a little bit tough. So that obviously number two, finding Anthony Edwards, more consistent help in a sense, especially on that offensive side. I love the development of Jaden McDaniels. He has been an elevation as far as, especially on that offensive side. He's been more known as like a defensive player, but he's coming in his own right. But I think they need more consistent scoring, especially on the inside for me, because we all know Rudy Gobert is he's very limited on that offensive side. Obviously, he makes a big difference on the defensive side, but they need more help in the post as far as like offense. And then my number one thing is they need, you could tell once this series was over, they had a lot of locker room issues. Mine is health. I think they need to figure out a way to build those relationships up in the locker room. It didn't seem like too much of a team. You know what I mean? Like, I think there was a reason why Anthony Edwards left the huddle to go over to the San Antonio Spurs. I agree with everything Jason Williams said on First Take. I totally agree. There had to have been something. And then obviously all the tape that we've been seeing from Julius Randle and how he played defensively was just pathetic. So I expect him to be out of there. But they need to kind of rebuild that trust in the locker room, build up that brotherhood. I think that's one of the bigger things that I could see this team bettering themselves. So what are your thoughts with Minnesota going to offseason?
I'm going to stay right there. Julius Randle. They got to decide what they're going to do with him because, you know, it kind of felt, you know, I don't know, the fit kind of felt awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like when he, you know, ball stopping possessions, inconsistent spacing, questionable playoff efficiency, you know, emotional inconsistencies, you know, you're going to get that with Julius Randle. And then when him and Rudy Gobert was on the floor, it didn't mesh right to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a little off. And then I'm with you. We need somebody who can score with Ant getting double teamed. They need it's almost the same exact as Detroit. They need a consistent scorer a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who could just go in there and score. You know what I'm saying? And create their own shot. Is not self-reliant, not self-dependent. It could just go out there and get you 20.
Yeah.
On any given night. Like any given night, they get you a consistent 20, 25 points that can help out Ant. So all the burden ain't on Ant Edwards. And then, get some shooters. You know what I'm saying? I know DiVincenzo, he got hurt, so that hurt them. But they need a consistent shooter. They need some shooters. You gotta have shooters in this league. That's what the Thunder have. That's what the Spurs have. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Knicks got. Like these teams got elite shooters that can shoot, catch, shoot, pop it, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the teams those are the players that can get you back in the game. You know what I'm saying? When you're down. So they're gonna need that. So that's what I feel.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at what you feel. We got a couple other NBA news going on. The Pelicans hire Jamal Mosley, who was recently fired by the Magic. How do you view that hire, man? Do you think that was a good hire for the Pelicans to get them moving forward, or do you think they made a mistake?
I mean, he was a good coach for Orlando. He just could never get over the hump. I don't blame it all on him. I feel like Pablo Banchero, for whatever reason, didn't have the greatest season. I mean, I guess you could point to the coach of, not getting the best out of him. But at the end of the day, I still feel like it's on the player to get the best out of himself. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about Orlando. We had high hopes for Orlando. We felt like Orlando should be in this spot right now. So I think he's a good head coach. Hopefully he can, get the best out of Zion Young or, some of these other players, get some other players over there. I don't know, but, we'll see.
Right. And then last NBA set of news, the MVP was announced yesterday due to a little bit of controversy, I guess. Shams, he broke the news before it was supposed to be announced on Amazon Prime. I don't know why people are making a big deal about it, but they are. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man, he was awarded the MVP. There's video of him, buying his whole teammates APs and trench coats. Shout out to everybody on there. I wish I was on that team to get a free AP. But what are your thoughts with this, man? Obviously, everybody had, some people had Victor Wembanyama winning. Some people had Nikola Jokic. A lot of Laker fans are upset that Luka Doncic didn't even get one first place vote at all. So what's your overall thoughts about the MVP? Did they get it right? Did they get it wrong? What's your thoughts?
I mean, you can't go wrong with Shai. 31, 4.3 rebounds, 6.6 assists, and 55% from the field goal percentage. Like the dude is a baller. Say what you want about him. Dude he's got probably the cleanest game in the NBA right now. There's not a lot of flaws in his game, and the man is just automatic, man. And I'm not mad at him being the MVP on a stacked team at that too.
Where does this put? Let's say Shai Gilgeous wins another NBA championship, another Finals MVP. Where would this put Shai Gilgeous in your all time in your mind?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I would have to think about that one. He would definitely be creeping up top 50 for sure. But I would have to sit down with that one. He's a great player, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I got him up there with the Kobe's and the Mikes and the LeBrons. Yeah,
nah, he needs more. He needs more rings. But I would easily, if he wins another one, I could start having him in conversations and maybe being in the top 25, 30 range. I could probably see that, maybe even top 20 if I got to really look at the list. But I think we can start having those conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. He's definitely a winner. That's one thing you can't say about.
I expect him to finish in the top 15, maybe even top 10 if he continues heading in this light. But
especially if he's scoring 31 a night.
Yeah, especially going up against the likes of like a Victor Wembanyama when we all expect him to take over this league. So shout out to Shai. Shout out to everybody who got an AP. Yo, Shai, if you want to send your boys some APs, man, we support you over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're one of my favorite players, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know what my size of my wrist is, but we can always get that remeasured, my brother. So shout out to y'all, man. But yeah, that's it for the NBA.
All right, man. Let's go to the WNBA, man.
Let's do it.
Pull this up. All right. So we'll just start here. We'll talk about the Aces real quick. The Las Vegas Aces, this is over the weekend. Still look like the team to beat. Asia Wilson, she dropped 45 points on the Connecticut Sun. A dominating win. They beat the Sun 101-94. And then on yesterday, they had a game with the Atlanta Dream. They were up by like 19 going into the fourth quarter. But then Atlanta went on a little bit of a run. It was looking kind of dicey at the end, but Chelsea Gray, man, she had two big plays. She hit a big shot with the inbound pass, took it to the rim and shot, a nice little jumper to take it up by one. And then when Atlanta Dream inbound the ball, Chelsea Gray had a great defensive play on Alicia Gray, stole the ball from her and initially sealed the deal. Asia Wilson, I think she had 20-something points. I think Kennedy Carter had like 20 off the bench. There was some controversy with her press conference, but a lot of people were just talking about, what? Don't you go start doing this? The press conference about, her minutes and all that, whatever. But a lot of people, she was saying that it was about, family issues or whatever. And I know you want to talk about KB. She didn't get no minutes. Whatever, man.
Nah, I need you to say it. Go ahead, say it. Go ahead, tell me what you said, brother. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm not firing nobody. I ain't kicking
no, come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man.
KB, baby. You gotta.
She was the only player that got no PT.
It's looking grim. It's looking grim for
okay, B. Respectfully, dog. Like, look. I know you probably a beautiful person. I know you got a beautiful soul. We appreciate you over here in Vegas. We really do. I know I get on your shit. You know what I mean? I know I guess I could be disrespectful by calling you Kyle Kuzma. I'm gonna try to stop doing that. You know what I mean? You do have a name. But respectfully, but you got to get off the team. And then I know you kind of stated a little bit of worrisome about them losing the 19-point lead. We got to put in an aspect like Jackie Young had 0 points. She had 0 points and they were up by 19. I think we'll be okay. I think the Aces are going to be just fine. I think it could be a situation where they might be so good they might get bored in the middle of the season and just lose.
The
games.
Dream was missing Kalea Cooper too. So
I get it. They were missing Kalea Cooper, but again, like. We pretty much were missing Jackie Young because Jackie Young was non-existent. So it's tit for tat, you know what I mean? I think the Dream are obviously Angel Reese didn't have a really good game at all either. You know what I mean?
I think she's just trying to.
Yeah, she's trying to find her way. So obviously these teams are going to be better than what they've shown on this court. We got more matchups with this team. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say the Aces are the clear-cut favorite. I think they're one of the favorites. I think there are a lot of good teams with the Liberty and stuff like that. Obviously the Lynx aren't not healthy. We got the Dream, but my girl, man, she already look at this point, dog. If you ain't voting Asia as number one MVP, I know in the too early ratings, then you just are just tired of Asia being that great. That's just my honest opinion. She's been the best player in this league. You know what I mean? So, and it still isn't even close right now.
I mean, she's driving 45, of course. The Indiana Fever had a mixed, but entertaining weekend. They lost a shootout to the Washington Mystics, 104-102. But then they bounced back yesterday. Strong win over the Seattle Storm. Caitlin Clark, she hasn't been playing too good, even though she scored like 32 against the Mystics. Look at those numbers. They weren't good. But she had a way better game yesterday. She actually played pretty well yesterday. And they ended up pulling it out against the Seattle Storm. I know Dominique Malonga didn't play yesterday. I think she was hurt. She was in concussion protocol. So she wasn't in the game. So maybe the game would have been a little bit different if she played. But they had a bounce back win, you know what I'm saying, after losing a close, I think they went into overtime too, close loss to the Mystics. So what's your thoughts on that?
My thing with the Fever is, look, I stated this in the beginning of the year. I just think they have their defensively, it's just going to be a problem for them. They just can't really stop really good offenses. Like Seattle, like they're a young team. We don't have like high expectations for them anyway. Yeah. But when they go up against the Mystics, when they go up against the Liberty, when they go up against the Aces, like we saw even with a young Dallas Wings team that they were able to get whatever they wanted when they wanted because you got scorers on that team. Caitlin Clark, like look with Caitlin Clark, and then I saw the hoopla because I guess there was a promo that they showed and Caitlin Clark wasn't the headline promo, or her picture wasn't on the thing, so everybody was in an uproar because they think that WNBA is not trying to promote the Caitlin Clark again. It's just like, bro, like the Caitlin Clark fans are on LeBron James territory for me. But the thing with Caitlin Clark is it's not so much that her scoring capabilities. Number one, she's a defensive liability. She's a cone. Like, people can just go through her. It's that she's not fearing nobody. And then two, she has a bad turnover problem. Like, she turns over the ball consistently. Like, and that's always been her big issue. And it's just like, when it comes to big games and she does these costly turnovers, it's going to kill the momentum of this team. And again, I still believe that Kelsey Mitchell is the best player on this team. I still think Aaliyah Boston is number 2, because when those two ladies are performing at their peak, that's when the Indiana Fever become a really scary team. And it's nothing against Caitlin Clark. We know the superstar that she is just based on the popularity alone. And no one's saying she's a bad player. But the reality of the situation is that it's just, there's a lot of concerns on that team.
Yeah, there is some concerns. The Chicago Sky, they had a tough loss against the Mercury. Skylar Diggins, she had got poked in the eye by who was it? I think it was Cooper. I think it was Cooper that poked her in the eye, but she got poked in the eye, and she had to miss the rest of the game. So, Mercury, I think, took a little bit of advantage of that, and Chicago Sky lost. But then yesterday they played a really, really good game. But unfortunately, Rakia Jackson ended up tearing. Looks like she tore ACL.
Yeah,
we haven't got a full update yet, but looks like she might have tore ACL. But they end up pulling it out and winning pretty big on yesterday. Who they beat? They beat the Lynx yesterday, 86-79. So, what's your thoughts on that? It's just tough, because I was looking at the Chicago Sky, like, people talk about Chicago, but they look like they was going to be a formidable opponent this year.
Yeah. Nah, man, it definitely sucks. I feel so bad for Rakia. She's been through a lot this year, especially with all the situations with her ex and that whole scary situation. And it seemed like the Sky, I know the Sky were kind of like in this situation where, like, she gets traded from the team that she was drafted from. So I'm sure that probably felt the type of way too. And then you had promise. It looked like this team was built in the right way. You had some veteran leadership. You had some young players. It looked like this team could be one of those surprises teams that could kind of compete and maybe have a surprise run in the playoffs or something like that. And then just to see her go down, seeing that knee buckle like that, man, I feel so bad for her, man. So prayers out to her, spiritually, mentally, physically, man. Like, she needs all the love for sure. And us over here at Cris Style Mal, we definitely want to send that to her, and hopefully she receives that for sure. But it's tough, man. It's tough for this team. It's tough for that whole squad, man. I know they kind of had some inspiring hope, you know what I mean? But again, next woman up, man. Let's just see what they can do, and then build from there, man. But again, prayers up to Rakia, man. She needs all the love right now for sure.
Yeah, for sure. The Liberty, they beat the Portland Fire. Liberty, they just rolling. They're doing their thing too.
Yeah.
They look like just still one of the better teams in this. They still don't have Anescu. They still don't have Sabali. So once they get those two back, they could be a threat for sure.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
And then the Tempo and the Sparks, they split. Sparks got them. They end up beating them 99-95, but then the Tempo returned the favor 106-96. We out of both of the expansion teams, Tempo might be this year's Golden State.
Yeah.
So they have some players on that squad that they can possibly get some wins. I think Sykes had like 30-something points in that second game against the Sparks yesterday. So they got some players on that squad that can definitely lift that team up.
I would say this about going back to Liberty. I would say this: their schedule has been very easy. Their schedule has been very, very easy. So again, we still expect that team to be really good, but they really haven't even hit the meat of their schedule. They've had nothing but cupcakes at this point. So we got to see about that team. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think they could definitely be the Golden State of this year. Yeah, like Golden State's even playing pretty decent still.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, you got Gabby Williams and that squad over there. So
yeah.
All right, man. That's for WNBA right now. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and then we'll be right back.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Its power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Madness Sports Drink. And I made a mistake. I said Kalea Cooper was out for Atlanta. It was Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Let's talk about it. Drizzy Drake dropped a 3-album pack on Friday or Thursday night.
Yeah.
Iceman, Maid of Honor, and Habidi, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Iceman was more of the raps. Maid of Honor is more of your house music, EDM type stuff, and Habidi was more of your R&B sounds. So I'm just gonna give my quick. I would say Iceman. I gave it an 8. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was some good songs on there. I thought it was very high rope. It had some high replay, but I like make them cry, which was the first song. Shebang, make them pay, and then Plot Twist. I like those 4 songs the best on that album. But there was other songs on the album that were dope. But I like Iceman. It was pretty good. I think it's his best project he's put out in a while. To me, I know more. He likes the other projects that have come out, but this is the best project he's had in a while for me. That has had replay value. I'll go with Habidi because I'm gonna leave Maid of Honor for last. Habidi was actually, I thought production wise had the best production out of all of them. I thought the production direction on that, you know what I'm saying? Most of the beats on there, just every time it was just clean, quality, nice beats. I think I'm pretty sure 40 had a lot to do with it. Party Next Door probably had a lot to do with that album too. That song Classic is a fire song. I told Maul when I first heard it, like, man, Classic is a banger, and it still bangs right now. I like the Habidi's album. It's really solid. I gave it a 7.5. But it's a really good album. So yeah, and then Maid of Honor, I gave it a 0, dog. I couldn't do it. It's just beats on there, just not for me. It's not for me, dog. I'm sorry, but
yeah,
if that's your thing, more power to you.
Nah, yeah. I'll say this, like, obviously, if I had to put in order, I would say Iceman 1, Habidi 2, and then Maid of Honor 3. If I had to put in like a chronological order of what I like and dislike, I thought with Iceman, I originally, when I first heard it, I gave it like an 8. I'm gonna be honest with you, the more I've listened to it, I bumped it up to a 9. I really truly enjoyed this album a lot. I will say this, I think the Drake Future, it might be the worst Drake Future collab that I've heard, honestly, between the two. I would say this, the first half of that song, I hate Word more. Like, I like the second half more than the first half. I like the beat better, all that stuff like that. Obviously, I could probably do without Molly Santana, respectfully. Like, I'm not, but I get it. I understand that. Make Them Cry. I think you could have a conversation that could be one of the best intros into a Drake album. Honestly, I know there's a lot of people that might have some other songs, but I thought what he did, he kind of got straight to the point with the song, and obviously everything that everybody's been talking about with his hiatus and the whole Kendrick, he went at it. I would say about this album, I think one of the major concerns that I think me and you were kind of having with going into this whole process was he going to get too into the Kendrick and all that shit and woe is me and stuff like that. I would say this, that I thought he did it in a way that was tasteful, in the sense that it wasn't too much, but it was enough. And then it wasn't like a woe is me. It was kind of like more of like a revenge Drake, in a sense, like with the vibes, you know what I mean? It didn't seem like he was like, oh, pity party Drake. It was like, all right, I'm at y'all motherfuckers next, and I'm ready for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be up to the end of time. Like, again, Make Them Cry. I love the song. Dust. I like that song. Whisper My Name is fire as shit. Janet, Shut the Fuck Up. I like Rant to Atlanta. I could do without. Shebang is fire. Make Them Pay is good. I like that. Burning Bridges is. I think that could be the summer jam. Me personally, out of listen to everything, like I fuck with that song heavy. National Treasures is fire. Bees on the Table, I fuck with. What Did I Miss? Obviously, like we've heard that song a while ago. It's decent. It's a good plot twist. I agree with you. Too Hard for the Radio is cool. Make Them Remember. Lil Birdie. Again, the more I listen to it, the more and more I've enjoyed Iceman a lot. So that's why I bumped it up to a 9. Habidi. I thought it was good. Now, will I say it's the best R&B Drake that I've heard? No, I wouldn't say that at all. I agree with you. Classic could be one of his best R&B songs. You know what I mean? I know people were kind of like, some people liked the beat switch, some people did not. I personally enjoyed the whole song. You know what I mean? I wish it was a little bit longer, but overall, I enjoyed Habidi. You know what I mean? I've always been a bigger fan of R&B Drake than rap Drake. But this was really good. Like if I had to give it, I would give it an 8. I would give it a solid 8. And then Maid of Honor, like, look, I understand that some people like that. Honestly, never mind. Like it had like that honestly never mind EDM shit with some of that like Jersey house, you know, vibes and stuff like that. I understand that could be a thing. Me personally, I tried to listen to it and I just can't get into that shit. I really can't. Maybe I need to be like in a beach somewhere. Maybe I need to be around some big booty women or something like that for me to feel this album. But in my elements of where I've listened, Maid of Honor, it's I can do without. Like I understand the process that he wanted to drop these 3 albums so he can get out of his deal. Respect to him. Overall, though, I would say that I think the major showing with Drake is it was no so much more of the battle. To me, it was how he got up from that, because we all know kind of the dog walking situation that happened with him and Kendrick, and how Kendrick just beat him in every facet of that rap battle. And we're not trying to get back to that, because that's what's done is done. But I'm actually happy in how he came out of this. You know what I'm saying? I really am. I think, obviously, are we going to say this is the best Drake of all time? No. I think this is great quality stuff. I think he found avenues for particular people, all his fan groups. Like, if you want the rap Drake, I gave you the rap Drake. You want the R&B Drake, I give you the R&B. If you like the house, New Jersey house stuff, I got you that too. And, you know, from all I see, all those fans who like those particular genres, I think are received very, very well. I think all the house Drake fans really like that album from what I've heard. We like the Iceman album. We like the R&B album. So I think overall, I think he done his job. I think the bounce back was really good. And I'm excited to see what Drake does from here, especially with him, rumored to be out of his deal with this and stuff like that. So shout out to Drake, man. I'm really happy with it, man. I think this might be the most replayable album this year, respectively.
I think the fall off is playable.
You can have a discussion about that. I would probably side with Drake, honestly. That's more replayable. I'd say Drake.
I hear you.
But don't get me wrong. I love the Fallout album. I loved there's a couple albums that were really good that I like, but replayability, vibes, you know, I would probably say Drake. I think we'll hear all these Drake songs more than we will hear J. Cole.
Yeah, I mean, he's more commercial sounding album. So
I think J. Cole has had very commercialized.
Not the Fall Off. Fall Off was
Fall Off. I don't think he has anything on the Fall Off that's.
That was the first time where J. Cole didn't like have a couple of singles that you knew was gonna get played.
For sure. But I think Drake. I think Drake passed the test with the bounce back. That's how I feel. I think he passed it.
I agree. I agree. Like I said, this is his best sounding. Well, at least Iceman and Habiti, but I'll just stick with Iceman as far as like the rapping part. This is probably the best he's put out in a long.
I think it's better than For All the Dogs. I think it's better than Her Loss. I think if we're just gonna go strictly Drake albums, I think it's better For All the Dogs. I will probably take this over Scorpion. I personally would still have Views ahead of this. I ain't gonna lie, me personally, because I was never a big Take Care. Take Care was cool for me. Like I wasn't like a big like Take Care. I might even have this over Take Care. Me personally.
I hear you because I was hot take, I guess. I never thought Take Care was a classic.
Like me neither. It's not a classic for me. I understand other people may have that. Like I think Take Care has some really fire ass songs, but as a whole concisable album for me, I was like, there's a lot of songs on there I could have did without. That's just my personal taste.
I think Nothing Was the Same was better than Take Care.
Yeah, no, Nothing Was the Same. Nothing Was the Same was definitely better than Take Care. I think Views. Well, obviously everybody knows how I feel about Views. Views was better than that. I'm just going on strictly just Drake. Like, yeah, honestly, I would probably have this third as my favorite Drake albums. Honestly,
for sure, dog.
Which is really good. I think that's really good for
No,
Drake. But I'm sure other people will probably differ. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's do our BetUs Surefire picks.
Let's do it.
All right, man. What you got?
Got a big game 7 in hockey, man. Sabres, Canadians. That series has been fire, man. I've been low key watching it a little bit, but I'm gonna go. But look, I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna go Canadians plus 1.5, but I still think the Sabres win. You know what I mean? I think it's a 1-goal situation. I think the Sabres still win. I'm gonna take the Canadians plus 1.5, and then I'm gonna go with the Sabres, but. I'm gonna take the 1.5. I'm gonna take the Spurs plus 6.5 tonight. I think the series is too close for it to be 6.5 points. I understand the NBA could be a little bit more different than the NFL. I think it's gonna come down to the wire. I think every game is gonna be a close game. Me personally, so I'm gonna take the Spurs plus 6.5. I do not know who's gonna win tonight, and then I'm gonna take the Knicks -7 against the Cavs. I just think the Knicks are just a better team. They're fully well rested. Cavs coming off a game 7 against Detroit, obviously took a lot of energy out of them, but it could be a situation where the Cavs are still Knicks haven't played in almost a week, so maybe they come in a little rusty, but I think overall the Knicks end up winning by more than 7.
Yeah, I'm taking the Sabres -1.5 over the Canadians. I think they do win by 2. I'm taking the Spurs plus 6.5 over the Thunder, and I'm taking the Cavs plus 7. I'm with you. I think they still hyped up, ready to go. They rejuvenated. Let's get it. I ain't saying they're gonna win, but I think the game gonna be closer than what people give it credit for. I don't think the Knicks gonna blow them out game. Now they might. If that's to happen, we're gonna have a whole different conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, good people. If you go to any of our social media platforms, you'll see the BetUs link. You go ahead and click on it. First time users only. Sign up with the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% sign-up bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance. That's 3 risk-free bets on $100 up to $5,000. That means if you bet $100 on your first 3 deposit and you lose, you keep your money. So you can win some money or keep your money on your first 3 deposits. Just go up there, sign up, and tell them Cris Style Mal sent you. And that does it for our BetUs Surefire picks. All right, man. Let's get into a little boxing news. We talked about it off cam. Talked about Keyshawn Davis. He had missed weight a little bit going into his fight with Nassim Albright, but I think eventually he ended up getting his weight down. So same thing with Brian Norman Jr. But both of them were successful in their fight. Brian Norman Jr. He had I think it was a second round knockout, TKO knockout, very brutal knockout too by Ed. But he looked really good in his fight. He's definitely somebody to be looking out for in the 147 division. We'll see where he can go from here. But that was a good look for him, especially a bounce back after his fight with Devin Haney. And he switched up his coach. He's no longer coached by his dad anymore. So he's got a whole new training team now. So, and he looked really good. So we'll see where he goes from here. There's some couple fights possibly he can possibly get, but we'll see. And then Keyshawn Davis, he ended up winning unanimously over Nishan Albright. He was just more active. It was an entertaining fight, but Albright tried to come with it, but them later rounds, it just Keyshawn started breaking them down. Almost got the knockout in the 11th and the 12th round, but Wishanan had real good heart. Stood the test of times. Got a couple shots in himself, but Keyshawn was just a better fighter that night, and he ended up winning unanimously. I think one card had 117, 109. The other two had like 118, 107, I think. So, but yeah, Keyshawn, he was talking about he said he might move up to 148, but 147, but he said he's willing to fight the best at 140. So we'll see on that. He had a hard time making weight, so we'll see. But
let it go, brother. Just go to 147, bro. We're tired of seeing all these. We're tired of it, bro. Like, just move up to 147, man. Make it a little bit more comfortable for you. At this point, it's clearly you cannot make that weight.
And I didn't, you're a professional. I get it, man. He said I'm not good at this weight thing. I just like to fight, but that's part of the game.
Part of the game, man. And if it's gonna be easier for you to get at 147, just stick to 147. You know what I mean?
Sure. So. In other news, we saw a clip of Clarissa Shields and Alicia Baumgartner getting into it. I think they were at the UFC fight, the Ronda Rousey one.
Yeah, they were.
And Clarissa Shields slapped the shit out of Alicia Baumgartner. How you feel about that, sir?
No, I don't feel anything. I know you kind of sent me in the chat in my first instance. Like, honestly, it wasn't towards you, it was more towards at the end. It's just I didn't really care, because at the end of the day, it's just like, we're not going to get a boxing match. There clearly Baumgartner is not in her league, and obviously there may be some hate between them. I don't know what the whole ordeal is between them as far as like what caused that whole altercation, but it's just, to me, it's about nothing. You know what I mean? It's just two chicks that obviously don't like each other, but at the end of the day, it's not going to benefit me over anything unless these girls get in the ring, and we all know that's not happening. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just think that's the reason why Clarissa did that. She knows she ain't gonna get no fight, so she got to get some type of hit on her.
No, I feel it. True.
And I do think, and Alicia Baumgartner had been popping her mouth off about her, talking shit about her. So gotta kind of keep that same energy when you in the same.
Yeah, you do. And again, if you really about that life, then shit, fuck it. Like, try to jump up weight classes and try to fight her. Then, if that's the case that you want to go do, but you're not gonna go do that again. Like, the thing about Alicia Baumgartner is, I don't know what changed about her. You know what I mean? And to me personally, she's become more unlikable the more she opens her mouth and the more antics she does. I don't know if this is a Jake Paul thing. I don't know what it is, but I used to be a big fan of her, but I've tend to learn that with me personally, I don't have no desire at all to watch her or do anything with her unless if it's like a bigger time fight. But I just don't care about Alicia Baumgartner like I used to. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's 3 fights that we want to see her in, and that's Amanda Serrano. What's the chick that Amanda Serrano just fought?
Oh, the white girl.
Yeah, her, and then of course Caroline Dubois. Those are the 3 fights we want to see her in. I don't want to see you fighting some no name.
Yeah.
Like, give us the 3 fights that we want. If you fight old girl from Ireland, cool. If you fight Amanda Serrano, we're not gonna sneeze at that. That's gonna be a tough fight for you. If you fight a Caroline Dubois, which I'm sure that's last on your list because you've made it clear that you're not gonna fight her anytime soon.
Yeah.
But if you fight the other two, I'm all game for that. But I don't want to see no name chick on the list.
Yeah, just we just don't care no more. Like it got to the point of just the antics and all that stuff, like the loose lips with her, and I don't think she really backs it up in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like she has a lot of smoke for a lot of these ladies, but when it comes to time to get in the fucking ring, she picks another fucking opponent that we do not care about. So again, you know what I mean? Like you have these top tier women that can give on. You want to fight the best of the best, start fighting the best of the best. You know what I mean? Like it's at that point in her career where it's just like, we know who you are. Like, all right, let's see what kind of legacy you want to leave behind as being one of the greatest female boxers in the ring. Like Clarissa Shields, like the main issue with her is that there's just no one for her to fight. Like, I think if there was somebody that would pose as like a big opportunity for her, I think Clarissa Shields would take it. But you know, with Alicia, like she doesn't take the opportunity to do that, and you know, it's a shame. So, but you know, bless her.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. That's enough for boxing news. All right, man. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, Maul's Random News.
Yeah.
It is now time for Maul's Random News.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's obviously my favorite point. We all know Chris loves this every time. Like, you know, he loses sleep about days like this, man. He just can't wait to talk about random news. We know it's y'all for random news. You know, it's a lot of topics that don't make it to the main docket, but they do make it on this segment. So, sir, are you ready for this first half of random news?
Let's get it.
All right, first up, man. Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick has reaffirmed that GTA 6 is indeed launching November 19th, 2026, after the 18-month delay from its original target date. Obviously, there were rumors that the pre-order sales were going to originally open. I think there was like a leak from Best Buy they got a leak email or something like that said that pre-orders were going to go live today. Obviously, that did not happen. I still expect that the GTA 6 will get released in November. I think they'll make an announcement during Summer Game Fest. That's what I think, which is in a couple weeks. So, sir, what are your thoughts, man? Are you reassured that GTA 6 will come out this year?
I won't be reassured until it's on my screen.
Come on, man. What you mean, dog?
Bottom line, until it hits my screen, I ain't reassured of nothing. I don't trust them.
Yeah. Have faith, brother. Have faith. I think there is a Take-Two earnings call this week, so I think we might get a little bit more news. I am at a point where I think they should be able to drop a third trailer sometime soon. Like, they need to drop something. Like, all this mystery shit is just like, come on, drop a trailer, get people, like, you know, they need to people always be excited for GTA 6, but I think the energy needs to get swarmed back up a little bit. All right, man. Speaking of more video game news, PlayStation has announced starting May 20th, PlayStation Plus prices for new customers will increase in select regions due to ongoing market conditions. Prices will start at $10.99 for a 1 month subscription and $27.99 for 3 month subscriptions. So what are your thoughts with this?
Duh. They always gonna raise the prices, man. Like, this is another day, man. Life and living in the real world. Prices raised.
Yeah, no, I feel it. We knew it was coming, but again, it gets to a point, man, where like, well, damn, like how much more do? How much?
I don't care about us, dog.
Yeah, more PlayStation news. Per VIA Bloomberg, PlayStation single-player games will be exclusive to PlayStation consoles. PlayStation Studio CEO Herman Host has told staff today. Obviously, you know, they did drop the news that PlayStation games would no longer be on PC and stuff like that. Obviously, the whole thing with Xbox. Obviously, I'm not surprised, but what's your overall thoughts with PlayStation finally announcing that their games will only be on PlayStation?
Gotta get you a PlayStation, dog. Sorry, PC players.
Nah, for real. It like, if you ain't got a PlayStation by now, then I don't know what to say.
It is. That's on you.
Nah, yeah, for sure. All right, next up, Texas Tech QB Brendan Sorsby has filed a lawsuit against the NCAA in an attempt to preserve his eligibility for the 2026 season, per Ross Dellinger. He covers college football very closely. Sorsby admitted to making thousands of bets, mostly on pro sports, while also placing limited wagers involving his own team at Indiana as a freshman. So with this news, how do you see this playing out? Do you think he'll be able to get his eligibility back?
No, it's over. Get ready for the NFL. It's over, man.
Yeah.
You got caught. You got your hand caught in the cookie jar. You got caught doing what you weren't supposed to do. It's over. You messed over Texas Tech. Patrick Mahomes is mad at you right now, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever team that you go on, Patrick Mahomes is gonna make it. He gonna circle that game and beat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Because you messed up his alma mater, dog. You were supposed to come in and be one of them quarterbacks. I was picking you to be one of them quarterbacks this year. I was picking Texas Tech to make some noise this year.
Mm-hmm.
And your ass want to get caught doing some dumb shit. And now you want to sue? Man, laugh at you. Get ready. Get whoever lawyer took that on, they just trying to get money at you, dog.
Well, I heard it's a very good lawyer. I think
You better have a good, strong case, because I don't see it.
We'll see. I think ultimately, I think it ends up where I think they have what's that draft called? The supplemental draft, or what's it called? Yeah, I think that happens. I think
they do away with that though.
No, I think it's on their own merit. I don't know. I know they were kind of talking about it on. I think I heard about it on the Pat McAfee show. I think Adam Schefter was kind of talking about it a little bit, but we'll see what's up. Speaking of the NFL is considering eliminating home game protections for international series. The number of home games NFL teams can protect from being moved to international venues has been shrinking for years. The league's VP of broadcast planning wants to get it down to zero. Speaking on a media conference call last Friday, Mike North said the league has been having many internal discussions about eliminating home game protections for international scheduling entirely. Teams currently have the ability to protect 2 home opponents from being moved overseas, down from 4 or 5 in prior years, but North made it clear that number may keep shrinking. Quote saying, I think there's a lot of conversations about really just eliminating the protections in their entirety, North said. What's your thoughts with this, man? With them potentially eliminating protections with home games?
It sucks. Now you're gonna get your home game moved to an international game, and less home games for the team, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know that sucks for the team as far as the home field advantage. So nothing you can do about it. So get ready.
Yeah, nah, for real. Next up, X Twitter, man, says free users now have a daily limit of 50 posts, including tweets, reposts, and quote posts, plus 200 replies. What do you think about this with them limiting your efforts on X without you paying?
So what? I have so many tweets I can let off now?
Yeah, per day. Yep.
Wow. Why are you trying to censor how much I can talk on that? What's wrong with you, Elon? What's going on, man? Why are you trying to censor us, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
What if I'm a content creator? I'm trying to get my stuff out there.
Yeah.
Elon, you're a hater.
We already know what time it is. Next up, man, Pizza Hut is bringing back its old restaurant features as nostalgic customers rejoice. So excited. So they're bringing back the tents. They're bringing back, the multicolored mats. I think they might even be bringing back maybe the buffet. Remember Pizza Hut used to have the buffet and stuff like that. What are your thoughts with this change? And
are they bringing the restaurants back?
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, they're bringing back its old school restaurant features. Yep.
That's probably hey, I'm down for that.
You like that? You like that?
Oh man, I miss Pizza Hut, man. I don't know what it was about the restaurant pizza. It just tasted different.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know what it was, and it came in that little black pan they put on the table. You grab a slice, the cheese just melted. I don't know. It's just different.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Next up, man, we got a little bit of WNBA news. Jose Fernandez said he told the team their selfishness in the locker room. Fernandez told them to not get upset about minutes played and lack of shots. Quote, saying really good teams don't give a shit about that. You know what they give a shit about? They give a shit about winning. What are your thoughts with Jose Fernandez, new head coach of the Dallas Wings, already getting on the Dallas Wings and how they've been acting this year?
I don't know. Somebody complaining. Don't piss off Paige.
What do you make about the conversation that the Dallas Wings fucked up by not taking Olivia Miles and taking Ozzy Fudd over her?
I don't think they should have took neither one. We should have took Lauren Betts.
Yeah. That's true.
They didn't need a guard. They got guards. They needed a big.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And
for
look,
sure.
shout out to Olivia Miles. She doing her thing over there. But that's what the Lynx needed. They needed a guard like her that can create her own shot and they can get assists so Nafisha Collier can get open shots.
Yeah.
That's what they needed.
I agree.
We didn't need that. You got a point guard. You got a couple of point guards over there that can handle the rock. You didn't need Ozzy Fudd. You didn't need Olivia Miles. Now, I will say this. I think Olivia Miles is a way more playmaker than Ozzy Fudd. She can create her shot.
She's just a better overall player. I would say defensively, Ozzy Fudd may have the better hand.
Yeah.
But overall, as a talent,
I'm getting a bucket, like go get a bucket.
I'm taking Olivia, bro.
She got the handles. She can shoot.
It's not even close, bro. If you were looking for another scorer, I understand. I think they took Ozzy Fudd to be like kind of like their perimeter defender because you're not asking Paige to do that. You're not asking any of those ladies who already scored. You're not asking them to do that. But again, like a number one pick should be able to do multiple things. And if Ozzy Fudd can't do that, then yeah, you go get Lauren Betts. Like you go get our fam. Like if you're going to go in a guard situation, go get Olivia Miles and then trade, somebody else to get more assets for something else. You know what I mean? Get an extra pick for next year or something like that. Like there was many ways they could have did that. They just kind of coped. And again, this is the conversation where it's just like, this is why they're going to ask the questions. And if you're going to make this pick, you got to be grown enough to answer the tough question that these journalists are going to ask. Your league is in prime time, so you're going to get the heavy questions, and people are just going to be more analyzing your situation. And I think so far the Dallas Wings have not handled it correctly, honestly, and they have not. And those young ladies in that locker room are going to have to get a lot more tougher for sure. Next up, man, we got some more video game news. Seems like a new Batman Arkham game is in the works. Strong rumors say that Rocksteady's next project is a Batman Beyond game, and it looks incredible. It will be on Unreal Engine 5. The Nemesis system will be included. Events take place years after Arkham Knight, Gotham in a realistic cyberpunk style. Terry McGinnis as the protagonist. Paul Dini returns for the script. They pick up the canceled game they were making before Suicide Squad, but Terry makes Damien's place. The game will span several nights, unlike what's been seen in previous entries. The rumor is true after Suicide Squad obviously did flop. So what would your thoughts be if Rocksteady is working on a Batman Beyond game?
Sign me up. I'm there. They make the best Batman games, so let's get it.
No, I agree. I had high hopes for Suicide Squad and what was that other Batman game? Gotham Knights. Yeah, I had high hopes, but hopefully they get back into their groove. You know what I mean? Because they made some of the better games for sure when they were kicking. Next up, Inoue's father and trainer Shingo Inoue has revealed that he believes it's fine if Inoue retires soon. Quote saying, how many more fights is he going to have? Honestly, it's probably fine for him to retire soon. He could walk away at the perfect time while still being a legend. I haven't discussed it with Neo directly, but I feel how many more fights does he have to do? It's enough. He can quit abruptly while going is good, remaining a legend. What are your thoughts with his comments right there?
No, you got some fights out there, sir.
You got a couple of good fights. You got a couple of good fights outside of Japan. Yeah.
Do you do you understand that your son can be the next Manny Pacquiao, dog?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Mm-hmm. I know you're a god out there in Japan. I get it. I'm sure they got the anime waiting to put on Netflix. But look, I'm telling you, you got some stuff over here in the States that you can make some more money and become a legend, hell, you can maybe even look more better than Pacquiao. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I agree. Next up, I don't know if we even talked about this, but Vasyl Lomachenko coming out of retirement.
No, we didn't talk about it.
What are your thoughts with that, man? Who do you think he should be targeting for his
Loma and Tank? Set it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I need that. I would take that. I think that'd be a great matchup for Tank. If we're not going to get the Roach fight, then at least get us that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Both guys that haven't fought in a while, so I think it'll be a decent fight. Next up, man, we got two announcements on Netflix. The first one is A Different World with Kadeem Harrison, Jasmine Guy, and Cris Summer. Follows Dwayne and Whitley's daughter as she enters her freshman year at Hillman College. It will come out this fall on Netflix. And Grown Ups 3 is officially in the works at Netflix as well, man. So out of those two, man, which one are you more excited for?
What was the other one?
Grown Ups 3 with Adam Sandler. And,
I ain't like Grown Ups too. So
no.
But The Different World, I'm interested in that one. You know what I'm saying? I like, I grew up on A Different World. So that was a classic show right there. So just to see this new iteration for the new generation. I know a lot of people hate remakes and sequels and all that stuff, but some of them have their place in it. I wouldn't mind seeing a different version of this. And them keeping a show that keeps the HBCU tradition alive.
That's fire. I think it's fire. It could have like kind of like a Cosby feel to it. You know what I mean? In a sense, I know that. I know Cosby. I know that name is a little taboo. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean by that. It could give like that Cosby feel. Like they could be like, like them and her daughter goes to Hillman in a sense. It's kind of like in that same aspect. I'm intrigued with Grown Ups 3. Again, I wasn't a Grown Ups 2. Like it was cool. I like Grown Ups 1 more. But one was way better. But you never know. They might have missed that and they might be able to hit this one. So we'll see what's up. I'll always watch the Adam Sandler movie, give it a shot. So we'll see what's up. Keep going. Dodgers pitcher Edwin Diaz and Kentucky Derby jockeys Jose Ortiz and Irad Ortiz Jr. were revealed to have ties to an illegal cockfighting in their native Puerto Rico. In a recent USA Today report, cockfighting was banned in all 50 states and U.S. territories, but the activity is supported by some as cultural tradition in Puerto Rico. MLB declined to comment on the USA Today story. What's your thoughts, man? Do you think Edwin Diaz has the potential to be suspended this year? Obviously, he was the big signing closer for the Dodgers. What are your thoughts with this?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. That's a it's a crazy situation. So I don't know how to.
It's tough because I get it. It's a Puerto Rican tradition, but again, he's still representing the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's still representing Major League Baseball. If these reports are true, it's tough not. It's tough not to. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're gonna get PETA, all over MLB. You know what I mean? It's just not a good look. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just no kind of animal abuse is not gonna sit well at all. So I personally would not be surprised if all this stuff comes true. He ends up getting suspended. Now, when this happens, I don't know. Like, there's still a long way into the season. I'm sure the MLB is hoping that this story just kind of goes and fades away in a sense. I would think that's kind of the route they might go. But again, it really hasn't gotten a lot of news that, I thought it might have gotten, especially with being the Dodgers closer. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. Keep going. A new Infamous game is reportedly in the works. There is a groundswell of people that want Infamous. I'm under the impression that there is an Infamous thing happening somewhere else in PlayStation at the minute. This is via Jordan Miller of the video game VGC podcast. What are your thoughts, man? Would you like to see an Infamous game coming out?
I think I've only played one Infamous game, but I wouldn't be mad at it.
I love Infamous. If this is true, I'm super excited about this, especially with the technology that we have going on today. I would be excited. Please make this happen. A couple more, man. NBA players, they voted on a number of things. A couple of things that they voted on is NBA players voted on their number one team they do not want to get traded to. The Lakers were at 1.7%. Milwaukee was at 1.7%. Indiana was at 2.5%. Detroit was at 2.5%. New York was at 3.3%. Portland was at 4.2%. Charlotte was also at 4.2%. Utah was at 5%. Brooklyn was at 5%. New Orleans was at 6.7%. And then the top 3 teams that they did not want to get traded to were Sacramento at 10.8%, Washington at 11.7%, and Memphis at 35.8%. What are your thoughts with Memphis being the number one team players do not want to get traded to?
I think it has more so to do with the crime out there. That's the only thing I can think of, because I think Memphis has some good culture out there. It's just, maybe it's a little rough out there. Respect to Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Love your barbecue. It's not better than Kansas City, but I love your barbecue. Love some of your dance moves and some of the artists that come from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's what it speaks to me.
Yeah. Nah, I feel it. Look, I know the Memphis community has been hit hard ever since the LeBron James comments, but yes, it's prayers out to Memphis, man. Hopefully things get better out there. We got 2 more, man. We'll start off with this, man. Hopefully we don't get blocked by this. I don't think we will. But HBO, man, they released a trailer of their Green Lantern. We'll play a little bit of the clip, man, and get your thoughts, man.
This ring, it's the greatest weapon in the universe. When and if to use it, that's the whole ball game, Junior.
Did you just use that ring to counterfeit money?
No.
Tell me how you got it. The ring.
You know how I got it. I sure as hell didn't interview for it.
Oh, well, shit, maybe you should have. Power like that, shouldn't you have to work for it?
I've been doing this since you were a baby. The only way you're gonna get this ring is over my dead fucking body.
I think he likes me. Everybody is lying to us.
You're not leaving here till we find out what they're hiding. Danger's part of the job. You need to be fearless.
How are you chosen for this?
It's only one question. Are you afraid? You afraid?
Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
I was raised fearless, and I'll do this better than he's ever done it before.
Then go and get it, Jon Stewart.
First trailer of that, the Lanterns coming out on HBO Max, man. What are your thoughts? What's your thoughts with the trailers?
It was actually the second trailer, but because the first trailer they didn't show nothing. Like they showed absolutely nothing. So this one they showed a little bit more of the ring and some of the capabilities. This seems like a little bit more grounded Lantern movie. It's not so much, flashy, bright. It's not a James Gunn.
Yeah.
You could tell somebody else did this.
Well, James Gunn did tweet it. He did tweet it.
Well, he's the executive over DC. Yeah, he runs DC. So of course he's over it. But I'm saying, like, you could tell he had no hand in this. Like, this has no James Gunn DNA in it whatsoever. It's way more grounded. Hal Jordan is way more. This is an older version of Hal Jordan. Jon Stewart is the young gun trying to be a Lantern now, and it looks like their whole relationship is going to be contentious through the whole thing. Plus, they're trying to solve whatever is going on. I think there's some like alien thing going on in this city that, they're trying to figure out what's going on. So it's going to be interesting. I'm interested. I want to see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? But I do like that they showed a little bit more of the ring, because the first trailer just looked like a straight up cop show. It looked like a regular ass cop show, which I know that's what James Gunn said they were going for, more of a cop type thing going on. But you gotta still show the ring. You gotta still show them doing Lantern shit. No.
Nah. Yeah, I feel it. No, it looked dope. It looked dope though. I'm definitely intrigued by it. You know what I mean? So
and Aaron Pierre looks like the man right now. He like the
you know
guy that
what I mean?
everybody will be every movie.
You know what I mean? For all those conversations that Aaron Pierre was made from Tiana Taylor, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to Aaron Pierre. He doing his thing. All right, man. Last but not least, man, we're gonna get into this Stephen A. Jaylen Brown thing. I'm play a couple of clips on what's going on, and we'll get Chris's opinions on that real quick and end it on that.
This motherfucker to retire, you know, because he's the face of clickbait media at the point. And maybe with his retirement, we could spark a movement to get the rest of these motherfuckers out of here, or to also have some type of forget journalistic integrity, actual integrity, in order to hold themselves accountable to the bullshit takes they put out with no basis, no bias, no information, just narrative, just for the sake of just pushing a weak narrative, just purely out of that. I'll give it up. I'll pass streaming. I'll sign some streamers or some shit. I'll you know what I mean? It ain't a big deal. Y'all ain't never heard from me before this. Think about it. I don't do no media, no podcasts. I don't do none of that. I barely post on social media. But the fact is that my obligation is to, as an athlete, I'm obligated to speak to the media. It's my job. Like, he thinks the media is his job, and so is it. It's my job too. It's in my contract. If I do not speak to the media, then I will be fined. So when they use that comparison where it's my job, it's your job to play basketball, it's also my job to speak to the media. It is also my job to speak to the media. I get fined if I don't.
Yeah, that was the first clip, and then I'll play a Stephen A. response.
But in the end, Jaylen Brown, be careful what you wish for. You really want me to start reporting on that level? You understand? Locker room, how the organization might think about you, how the city may feel about you, how Jason Tatum may or may not have feel about you, sneaker deals, endorsement deals, the list goes on and on. The season is over, bro. You on Twitch trying to do what I do and talking about me needing to step away. It makes no sense. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm simply making the point that it is not wise, after 24 hours of having your season over in the first round, for you to be coming out talking about that's your favorite season. It ain't the smartest thing in the world to do. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was trying to sit up there and look out by letting you know this is not a good look. It's not wise. That's all. And I would have respected Jaylen Brown more, Big Perk, Jay, had he come at y'all, had he come at everybody who said exactly what I was saying. But evidently, you understand, when you're talking about clickbait and all of that stuff, somebody told you one of the best ways to get it is to bring up my name. And that's what you did. So who's really looking for clickbait? Is it me or is it you? And obviously, you would think you wouldn't need it. $304 million, NBA player. You don't need it. What you doing it for?
All right, so obviously that all stemmed from it all started with the Jaylen Brown making the comments after, as Stephen A. said, about, you know, it being his best season and all that stuff like that. So what are your thoughts about this whole Jaylen Brown, Stephen A. Smith situation?
I do agree with Stephen A. that because he wasn't the only one that said this.
No, I think
there was a litany of media people and former athletes who said the same thing that Stephen A. said, and he kind of missed on his own point, Jaylen Brown, when he said, I don't do this. Well, then you don't do this a lot, then it does look like you're being a little clickbaitish by bringing up Stephen A. Because he could have just very well just said, all you media motherfuckers, y'all don't know shit. All y'all, Stephen A., Kendrick Perkins, da-da-da-da. If he had named a whole list of people off, then I'd be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He going at everybody. They're talking shit about it. But for him to center around Stephen A. is right. Regardless if you disagree with Stephen A. or not, that is the new thing now. You bring up Stephen A.'s name, it's going to get clicked on. Regardless of how you feel about Stephen A., his name does ring bells in this circle. It does. You know what I'm saying? And if you're big enough and he answers you, it's going to booster you up a little bit more, whether you like it, whether it's good or bad. and he talking bad about you or he just talking to you, it's gonna boost your stuff up too. If we got to a point where me and Maul got big enough and Maul said something or I said something about Stephen A and he answered us back, hell, I'm gonna be happy as hell. You know what Stephen A just said?
Nah, yeah, for real.
I'm
for
gonna
real.
play it. That's what Stephen A said about us. Thank you, bro.
Nah,
Appreciate
for
you.
real. Nah, for real. Nah, I agree. I think look, there are a lot of things that Stephen A. Smith does that I don't agree with at particular times. But at the end of the time, he does have another spectrum. It's kind of like a love-hate thing with me with Stephen A. Smith. There are a lot of things that I do hate that he does, that he represents at times, but you can't deny the fact of how many black brothers and sisters he's given opportunities and given jobs to. You know what I mean? Players that you wouldn't expect to get the opportunity to be on this kind of platform and do have that. And he's given a lot of people opportunities, and we cannot deny that. And I agree with him in this sense. I think Jaylen Brown, I think me and you even kind of said it, that it just wasn't a good look. You know what I mean? Like we understand that internally it might be your best season just because you kind of show people that you could be a leading. I understand Jaylen Brown's point of view because he showed that he could be the leading star on a team and contend in a sense. You know what I mean? He dragged his team to be in the number 2 overall seed without Jason Tatum for about 80% of the season. And I think him being in MVP talks, that it should be commendable. And I understand that. And I know there's been a lot of conversations about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and whose team it is and all that, and I get it. That could be some frustration. I get it. You seem like one guy who you believe you're better than is getting all the love, getting all the praise, getting all the attention, getting all the endorsement deals and stuff like that. And I think him having a open voice about him fighting for certain opportunities for young black people as a whole, him kind of being like a civil rights kind of activist and his stance in certain things, I don't think should deny him of being an opportunist, of getting, deals, of, advertisement and all that. And I get it. Those are those companies' rights on who they want them to represent, what company and all that. But I think Jaylen Brown could be the face of a franchise. I think Jaylen Brown could be a face of a product. He has a great head on his shoulders. He always means well. And I get it. There's always this kind of like animosity between players and media. And I get it that, Stephen A is kind of like the number one guy that a lot of NBA players go at. I'm sure, there's guys in the NFL that get heated on by NFL players and stuff like that. Maybe like a Nick Wright or Skip Bayless or guys like that on the NFL side. We see it all the time, and we see the contingency in that. But again, man, it's just right place, right time for conversations like that. You kind of just egg on the embattlement between you and Jason Tatum. And Stephen A. Smith highlighting that Jason Tatum still hasn't even been on your Twitch and all that, and what that relationship looks like. It kind of puts the Celtics in a weird spot. It kind of puts the team in a weird spot. And I think sooner or later, man, they're gonna have to make a choice on what player they want to keep around. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna get to a point, man, where it just becomes too much. You know what I mean? And I think they're better off being with each other. But if Jaylen Brown wants to explore him having his own team, I think he's earned the right to do that. I think he's proven that he can do that. So,
and Jaylen Brown, the best time you would have been to say that if he was on another team. You got traded to another team, your first press conference. Hey, man, I felt like last year was my best season. I feel like I can be a face of a franchise. The whole city that you go to will be like, yeah.
You don't do that after losing a series down up 3-1, which is the first time in Celtics history that has ever happened. And you've won a championship too. Like, I would get it if you never won a championship with the Celtics, but you won a championship. You know what I mean? And you were the Finals MVP of said championship. So, but I understand it on both aspects. But I just think both of these guys need to just be cool, man. Just be cool, man. Ain't even that deep.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's do NFL team season over and unders. I'm gonna pull this up. Bam. So these are all the NFL win totals for the 2026 season. You see at the top, they got them at Super Bowl contenders. The Los Angeles Rams, the Baltimore Ravens are at 11.5. They got the Seattle Seahawks at 10.5. And then in the second line, they got the 10.5s. That's Buffalo, Detroit, Green Bay, Philly, KC, and the Chargers. Then the 9-win teams, you got San Francisco at 10.5. And then you have Houston, Cincy, New England, Jacksonville, Dallas, Denver, Chicago, all at 9.5. And then the 8 wins, you got Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, all at 8.5. You got the 7 wins, you got New York Giants, Atlanta Falcons, Indianapolis Colts, Washington Commanders, New Orleans Saints, Carolina at 7.5. And then you have the 6 wins with Cleveland Browns and Tennessee Titans at 6.5. And then the 5-win teams, you got New York Jets, Las Vegas Raiders, Miami Dolphins, Arizona Cardinals, Jets and Raiders 5.5, Dolphins, Cardinals 4.5. So where you want to start, from the bottom or to the top?
Let's start at the bottom. Let's work our way up.
All right, so let's start with the Arizona Cardinals at 4.5. Do you like the over or the under?
I personally like the under. I just think this team has a lot of rebuilding to do. They don't even have a real, like, I get Jacoby Brissett is their quarterback, but they're rebuilding. You know, they did draft Jordan Love and Jeremiah Love, not Jordan Love. Yeah, we can talk about Jordan Love here in a little bit. Jeremiah Love, excuse me. But again, they have a lot of holes, especially on that defensive side, offensive side. They do have some great players, McBride and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go with the under, man. I think they're kind of preparing themselves for the QBs coming in next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the under. I'm gonna put them like right at 4 wins.
Yeah,
like something like that. Yeah, I think they do have some talent on that squad.
Yeah, they do.
And would it surprise me if they got to like a surprising 7 wins? No, it wouldn't, because they got a lot of talent on that squad. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the worst teams in the league too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's one of those deals. Then you got the Miami Dolphins at 4.5. Over or under?
I like Malik Willis, but I think it's a situation where I could see them being kind of around that 4-win range. You know what I mean? Like, they did trade a lot of players. They got rid of Jalen Waddle. You still got Devon Achane and stuff like that. But, you know, the offensive line is still questionable. I know they added a little bit on their defense. You know, they have a lot of questions on that side too. So I'm gonna go under. I think I could see this being like a 4 or 5-win team. I'm gonna go under.
I'm going under too. I think they have a possibility to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they do.
They're just young. There's a lot of players, like you said, just got sent away. Fitzpatrick got sent away. Waddle got sent away. You cut Tyreek Hill. You're pretty much starting up. You got a whole brand new head coach. It's just a lot of pieces. I don't even know who the number 1 wide receiver is over there now. So this is like, you got Achane. He's your best player right now.
Yeah.
Defensively, they got a few pieces over there, but it's just I don't know. So I'm going under for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Your Las Vegas Raiders 5.5. Over or under?
Man, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go at 5, man. I just think our schedule is hella tough, bro. Like, we got a situation where we got the Chiefs, Patriots, Bills, and Rams all back to back. Then we got the Niners, Seahawks, Broncos, and a back-to-back situation with the Browns, who has a great defense at Cleveland, which we all know that situation going on the road, early morning game, East Coast. It's gonna be cold, you know, right after Thanksgiving. It always sets up bad, and then, you know, you never know. It could be a situation where Fernando Mendoza is on the road, and, you know, we still don't have like a number 1 receiver. I like Jalen Naylor and all that, and then, you know, then we go Chargers, Broncos right after that, and then we end with the Chiefs, and, you know, who knows with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will still be having something to fight for. So I'm gonna go at 5 wins realistically. Now, I think this could be a team that could surprise. I could see the most maybe like 7-8 wins, but I want Jeremiah Love. Obviously, I'm always going to root for my team to be great, but I want Jeremiah Love. So go ahead and give me the under, man.
I'm going over, baby. 7 wins, dog.
Look, man. I wouldn't be mad. Like, trust me, I wouldn't be mad. I want my Raiders to win all the time, but I don't know. Just kind of the way the schedule's set up. I don't know, man. It just, you know. We'll see.
I hear you.
I wouldn't be surprised if we traded Max Crosby by middle of the season.
Yeah, I mean the AFC West.
It's tough. We got a tough schedule, man. I think. Would you say we're like 6 overall?
Yeah, you're 6 hardest schedule. We're 5th.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The New York Football Jets 5.5 over under.
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna go over, man. I think Geno Smith. Like I know everybody. I know I talked a lot of shit about Geno Smith, but we gotta understand that situation with the Raiders last year was it was an abomination. That coaching staff was the worst of all time. Like it was really bad. That offensive line was terrible. Our offensive line head coach was one of the worst I've ever seen. They didn't even know. Like it's bad when your offensive linemen have to call Tom Brady and John Spytek on what coverages they need to do. That's bad. So I think the additions that they add, younger guys on the offensive side, I think it's good. Aaron Glenn, got some defensive pieces over there as well. I think they're gonna surprise. I could see them winning like 6 games. So I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna put them right at 5. Put them right at 5 wins. They do have some talent over there, yeah, and I do think Geno will have a better season, but I just think that they still got a lot going on over there.
No, they do. They do.
They do. They do have some talent over there, and would it surprise me if they do better than what people think? And Aaron Glenn kind of has like one of those seasons, like, all right, Aaron, we see what you got going on. I hope that happens for him. I don't want to see Aaron Glenn be fired after this season.
He needs at least 4 years.
Yeah, I want him to at least implement his DNA into this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think coaches get enough. Like, of course, you see some coaches like, yeah, he don't deserve to be a head coach.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think Aaron Glenn is one of those guys. I think that he just wants to get his own guys in here, and hopefully this season we see a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want the man to lose a job, but right now I'm gonna put him at 5 wins.
Yeah.
All right, now Tennessee Titans 6.5.
I'm gonna go under. Like I like some of the additions that they do have, but they're still a very young team. They still have a lot to learn as far as like youth and learning how to win. I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go like 7 wins. I'm gonna say 7.
Man, you got a lot of faith in this team, huh?
I think they're gonna be a little bit better than what people give them credit for. I do. Okay. I think that. I think the coaching staff is gonna be a lot better over here. I think Cam Ward is gonna have a lot better season. You saw a little bit of the uptick in the back half of the season. How Cam Ward improved with a better structure around him. I think that a little bit more weapons around him. I think Tennessee would 7 wins. I ain't saying they're gonna make the playoffs or anything. But I got them at 7 wins. The Cleveland Browns 6.5.
Got too much dysfunction for me. Like when you're talking about you got Deshaun Watson trying to be your starter, he's the lead. Like, nah, I'm cool, bro. Like they're ultra talented. That defense is nasty. I love the offensive pieces that they get. I love the young receivers that they did receive. But I don't know, man. If you're not going to give your 100% all in to Shador and you're trying to still figure out Deshaun Watson, I just don't like that. So I'm going to go under, man. I could see them getting like 5 or 6 wins.
Yeah, I'm going to go under. I'm going to go like 6. I'm going to go 6 wins. Like you said, just too much dysfunction. Like, I got to see it. I got to see Deshaun Watson turns back the clock or Shador Sanders, hopefully he takes that step that we think he can take. And the offense is clicking on all cylinders with that defense playing. If that offense can be competent, then Cleveland is a playoff team to me.
No, yeah, they should be a playoff team for sure.
They're a playoff team to me. Yeah. So, but that's the if. That's the big question right there. So I'm gonna go 6 wins.
Yeah.
Carolina 7.5 wins.
I'm gonna go under, man. Like, me, I'm always like a big Bryce Young believer, but I don't know, man. I just think we kind of know who he is at this point. I could see them getting like 6 or 7 wins, maybe even 5. I'm gonna go under, man. I think they're gonna be one of the teams that made the playoffs last year, and they don't this year. They won a lot of close games that most of the time it might go the other way. So I'm gonna go under.
Man, this is a tough one for me. I'm gonna go over. I think they made some defensive pieces additions that I like. Jalen Phillips coming off the edge. They made some other additions too. I think Ted McMillan in his second year, Jalen Coker. I think that didn't they add a tight end too? I forgot what tight end they drafted. I think
they added the guy from Oregon, I think.
Which one?
Let me look it up. Let me look it up while you talk.
Because the Jets got Sadiq. They didn't get Sadiq.
Nah, not Sadiq. Who did they get?
I could have swore they got a tight end or something like that. But I do think that the Carolina Panthers, I think that Bryce Young, this is a big year for him. You know, this is make or break. And I'm gonna go towards this is a year where he puts it all together. And I think Carolina will have a chance to win this division again. So I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, no, they didn't add a tight end. They added Chris Brazil from Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they added him.
So he's a good speed receiver.
And then Jalen Phillips, they signed him too.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the defense will be better too. You know what I'm saying? Getting after the passer too. So
sure.
The New Orleans Saints over under 7.5.
If both of the receivers can stay healthy, I got the over. The over.
Yeah.
Because I think those two young guys, they do have some injury problems, but they could be some really good receivers. I like what I saw from Tyler Shook. He looked really good. You know, Travis Etienne, you know, him being there. If they keep Alvin Kamara, I think that'll be a really good one too. Especially with I think it will help Alvin Kamara stay healthier throughout the year. You know, they still got Juwan Johnson and stuff like that. This defense, you know what I mean? They still have some holes on that defense, but if they could put it together, man, that atmosphere in New Orleans, if they're not bad, you know they're going to show out in New Orleans. I'm going to go over, though. I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go over, too. I think they're going to be fighting to win this division, too. I think the division is going to be better than what people give credit for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least the three of the teams. I'll talk about Atlanta in a minute. But I think New Orleans is going to be a better team than what people give credit for. Defensively, yeah, they did lose some pieces, but I think they added some too. So, yeah, and like you said, those two receivers, if they can hit, they could be a formidable offense for sure.
No doubt.
All right, the Washington Commanders over under 7.5.
Obviously, it all depends on Jaden Daniels' health. If he's healthy, and then. Look, I ain't gonna lie, man. I saw some pictures with Brandon Ayuk that scared the hell out of me. This boy is thick, and but if they can get him, if he come in shape, man, I like the Commanders. Even without Brandon Ayuk, I like the Commanders over as long as Jaden Daniels stay healthy.
Yeah, I'm taking the over. I like the additions they made on defense.
Yeah, that too.
You got Sonny Styles, who's gonna learn from Wagner. You got Leo Chenal over there. Like they made some additions on that defensive side that I like. Even in the draft too. So yeah, I'm gonna take the over. Jaden Daniels could stay healthy. Now I would like them to add one more offensive piece. Maybe they bring Deebo Samuel back. Maybe they sign a Stephon Diggs or somebody like that.
Yeah.
But I do think that they're gonna be fine. And I got them going over.
For sure.
Indianapolis Colts over under 7.5.
This one's tough, man. They invested a lot of money in Alec Pierce. I do like that defensive side. Obviously, you know, Sauce Gardner and all those guys, they'll be healthier. We're getting Daniel Jones coming off the Achilles and the other injury he has. So I think talent-wise, they should be over. I'm gonna go slightly over. I'll go slightly over. I'll go at like 8 or 9 wins, Colts.
I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna say 7 wins.
7?
I think it just has a feeling like I think they overpaid for Alec Pierce.
No, they definitely overpaid for that.
I think that they're gonna miss Michael Pittman Jr. more than what they think.
Yeah.
And you know, I like Josh Downs. I think he's a really good wide receiver, but he has health problems. He can't stay healthy because he's a smaller receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor is Jonathan Taylor. We all know he's a top running back in this league, but how much, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing about the Indianapolis Colts last year was that once they started figuring out we stopped 28 and put the ball in Daniel Jones' hands more than times, they're going to have a tougher time. So,
yeah.
And he's coming off an Achilles injury, so you're probably going to have to rely on maybe Riley Leonard. And he showed some things.
He did.
Maybe Riley could take that step forward. And if he does, then we're talking over. But
maybe Anthony Richardson.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know about that one. But Riley Leonard, if he could take a step forward, maybe. But we got to see, and we got to see how Daniel Jones looks on for Achilles tear. So,
for sure.
But I'm gonna stick at 7.
Yep.
Atlanta over 7.5.
Under. Michael Penix, Tua, that's a bad combination. Drake London. I like Bijan. I'm not a Kevin Stefanski fan. And then James Pierce, man, he has bad aura written all over him. So under.
Yeah, I got the under too.
They might have the biggest drop off compared to what they did last year.
Yeah, I just don't like what I've seen so far in their off season. And I'm not a big Kevin Stefanski fan. I think he's a good offensive coordinator. I don't know if he's a good head coach.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see.
And we know he gonna play Tua over Michael Penix. We know.
We know the shorter wide receivers. The New York Giants over under 7.5.
I'm going over, man. I think they hit it out the park as far as like what they did in draft. They still got Thibodeau. Obviously, they did trade. What's my man Dexter Lawrence? I understand that. So that could be a little bit of a hole, but you add Alvaro Reese there. You got a lot of explosiveness on that defensive line. Cornerbacks, I think they upgraded a little bit. But you still got Malik Neighbors. He's coming off the injury. I know he had a little cleanup, but they said he should be ready to go by the start of the season. We'll see what happens with Cam Scatterboo. You still got Tyrone Tracy Jr. and all that. Darius Slayton, Darnell Mooney. You added Isaiah Likely. I love that pickup. We all know the potentials that he could have. You added some help on that O-line. Obviously, you want to protect him from his head injuries and stuff like that. But I got the over, man. You got a mature, great head coach, who's been established for a long time. I like it. So I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I'm taking the over too. Malik Neighbors can stay healthy. You got a good. You added some on your defense in Arvell Reese. I think that defensive line is still gonna be one of the top in the league. Yeah, I think they're gonna be fine. And like you said, John Harbaugh, he's gonna bring some stability to that team. Make sure Jackson Dart can slide and stop running. Stop, trying to run over people. And if Cam Scatterboo can stay healthy with Tyrone Tracy, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with over 7.5. Tampa Bay over 8.5.
I'm gonna go over, man. I know a lot of people are saying like they're gonna miss Mike Evans, but I think Emeka could definitely replace that. He showed a lot of promise. Obviously, he kind of slowed down a little bit later in the year. Chris Godwin, he was coming off an injury. I expect him to be better. You still got Bucky Irvin. You signed Kenneth Gainwell. You get Ruben Bain Jr. I think he's going to be highly motivated. And then you still have one of the best safeties in Antoine Winfield Jr. And I like Baker Mayfield. I do like Baker Mayfield. I know sometimes he can make some idiotic throws and interceptions, but I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over with Tampa.
Yeah, I'm taking the over. I think that defensive line is gonna be better with Ruben Bain. I think they have enough offensive pieces that they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine.
Emeka Buke, I think he's going to be better in his second year. Jalen McMillan, Chris Godwin, Auden, you know what I'm saying? You got Bucky. Now, the Bucky Irvin situation is interesting because I'm hearing things about how, that shoulder injury could be bad, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're saying that shoulder injury might not be too good. So,
like he needs another surgery or something?
Yeah, something like that. So, we'll see on that.
I ain't taking that nigga on my goddamn fantasy team. I'm already mad you traded me that motherfucker. It was you, right? Yeah, fuck you. ruin my
Well, he was balling at the time.
Yeah, you sold me the lemon, dog.
He tried to. He got hurt the next game.
I ain't trusting you next year.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the over. I think I think defensively they'll be better.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh over under 8.5.
I'm gonna go slightly under. I'm gonna go 8. Like I think they're just gonna compete. Like they're gonna be the Steelers, man. They're gonna get 8 or 9 wins. They're going to compete for a wild card spot, and then they're going to lose. You know what I mean? I do like the addition of Michael Pittman Jr. You got Jalen Warren. You added Rico Dotto. I like Rico Dotto right there with Caleb Johnson being your third. You got Derek Harmon. You still got T.J. Watt, even though he can't stay healthy. You got Jamel Dean, Jalen Ramsey. I wish I could say push, but you can't push 8.5. But I'm going to go slightly under. I'm going to say they win like 8 games.
Yeah. I'm going under. I can't. I'm going at 8 wins.
Yeah.
8. I'm going 8 wins. I think they're gonna be mid this year, and they're gonna mess themselves up and not get a quarterback next year. I don't know. I don't see it. I see mid. So
yeah.
Minnesota over under 8.5.
If JJ McCarthy is starting, under. And Justin Jefferson asks for a trade. If Kyle Murray gets it, I think I could see them. I could see them winning 9 to 10 games. I could see that. So
I'm going into the mindset that Kyler Murray started, so I'm going over.
Oh yeah, there you go. I'll go there.
I'm going over. Like you said, I think if Kyler Murray's out there, they'll have a better chance to win. He still has some things to prove, but I think with Kevin O'Connell as the coach, real offensive-minded coach, I think he'll be able to accentuate the strengths of Kyler Murray and use that running game to his advantage too. So I think Minnesota will be better this year. So yeah, I got him going over.
Yeah.
Chicago over under 9.5. Oh, you got to think.
I'm gonna go over because I don't think their schedule is that tough. I think they're very ultra talented. I think Caleb Williams another year under that system will be amazing. But they start out at Carolina. I think they're better than Minnesota. Philadelphia going through that. They're going. We don't know what Philadelphia team we're going to get. Then you got the Jets. I think they're better than the Packers. They're better than Atlanta. They got New England at home. They got to go to Seattle, so I guess they could lose that. But then again, Seattle's lost a lot of corners. Tampa Bay, I could see them winning. Saints, they can win. Detroit, do they really scare you? No. Jacksonville, do they really scare you? No. Miami, at Buffalo is a scary game. Green Bay, it's division rival with Detroit and all that. But I'm gonna go over, man. I just don't think their schedule is crazy like that.
Yeah, I'm picking them to be one of the top teams in the NFC this year. So I'm going over. I got them slated to win 12 to 13 games this year.
Yeah.
So Denver over under 9.5.
I'm going under, dog. I just don't trust Bo Nix.
You going on? You got them in the playoffs this year?
I just think, man, like, do I trust Bo Nix? Do I trust that team? I trust that defense. Do I trust that offense? I don't know. And then Jalen Waddle, he usually is hurt, and he had a healthy season last year. So are you really going to get Jalen Waddle healthy again? I don't know, man. You know what I mean? So then J.K. Dobbins, we know his history with health. I don't know, man. I trust that defense. I don't trust that offense. So I'm going to go under. I think they win like 9 games, 8 games, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm going to go over. I'm going to say 10. I'm going to say they at least win 10, 11 games this year. I just think that defense is just too good. I'm with you with Bo Nix, and he's coming off of a leg injury, so we got to see. You know what I'm saying? But I do think, look, I'm not sitting here saying Jalen Waddle is Tyreek Hill or anything, but they do needed somebody like him to be the contrast to what they got in Cortland Sutton. They needed somebody who can open up deep. They needed a guy who could go down deep and who could run precise routes. And that's what Jalen Waddle can do. He can beat man coverage. He can get open on his own. And they needed that. So I do think that will help a little bit with Sean. Even though I'm not a big Sean Payton guy, I can't deny him as a play caller. I do think he's a pretty solid play caller. So I'm putting about 10, 11 wins.
Yeah, for sure.
Dallas over under 9.5.
Over. I love what they did. I love what Dallas did. I do. I like Caleb Downs. I like the addition to Caleb Downs. That kind of helps that cornerback situation. The trade with Michael Parsons, you added some great pieces. You got Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Quentin Williams. You like that inside. That offense, George Pickens seems like he's comfortable playing on that franchise tag. So as long as Dak Prescott stays healthy, this offense is going to be fire. CeeDee Lamb, if he stays healthy, it's going to be fire. Javonte Williams, he showed a lot last year. Obviously, you always got to worry about his health, but if he can stay healthy for sure, like I really do like this team, man. I think they could be one of the best teams in the NFC. I like them. I got them over.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm going over too. I like the additions they made on defense. Jerry didn't go out there and try to make no big super splashy move. He got the right pieces. You fell right into Caleb Downs. So
yeah.
that's going to help your secondary.
Mhm.
You got, like you said, that defensive line, Rashawn Gary. No, easy. Michael Parsons, no, but he's still a solid defensive end. So
Yeah.
you got somebody who can rush the passer at least.
Mhm.
And then offensively, if they can duplicate what they did last year, then yeah, I think they will go over. I can see them winning, 11, 12 games next year.
I know that. Yeah.
Jaguars over under 9.5.
I'm going under. Yeah, that whole schedule release shit turned me off. That haircut was so bad, dog. That shit was terrible. I know it's fake. But it was just bad. I do like that Travis Hunter will be back. He'll be on that cornerback side, hopefully majority of the time, and then find his way. But again, I think it's a situation where can I trust the Jaguars to repeat what they did last year? I don't know. It's another I got to see it to believe it situation. So I'm gonna take the under.
For sure. I'm gonna take the under too. I'm gonna take them at 9 wins. I think they take a step backwards. I think we're gonna see how good Leon Coleman is. You know what I'm saying? And now that people have a little bit more film on his scheme, we'll see how good he is. Usually, typically, when they have a good year the first year, they typically take a step back their second year. So we'll see. New England over under 9.5.
I'm going based on this that they do trade for AJ Brown, so I'm gonna go over. That defense is young and excellent. You add AJ Brown to this offense, as long as Drake May doesn't regress, they should be really good, man. I get the whole Mike Vrabel shit. It's not that bad. I think those players champion him for taking out a reporter, man. You know what I mean? I think they ain't gonna really trip about it. So as long as Drake May doesn't regress, this team should be really good. So I'm gonna go over.
Yeah. Look, besides the Mike Vrabel stuff, that's to the side. I'm gonna go over, but I can see a world. It's go really bad.
No, I can see it too.
Especially with the AJ Brown shit, and we can find out that AJ Brown just is an unhappy motherfucker. Because if he ain't getting the catches that he think he deserved.
Nah, he getting the catches in this offense. He gonna get the catches. But talent wise, they're too good. Talent wise,
they are.
They might be top 5 talent wise.
And we'll see Drake May. He did
if
not
they get AJ Brown.
And Drake May did not look good in the playoffs.
No, he did not. He has a lot of growth. He has a lot of growing to do.
I think teams started figuring him out too. So we got to see the growth. Yeah, of course. We got to see his growth, his game. So
yeah.
Some bitch ass Bengals over under 9.5.
I got a question. Why do they still have the Bengals in high regard in 9 wins? I don't understand it. I get it. They got Joe Burrow, they got T. Higgins, they got Jamar Chase, they got Chase Brown, but that defense is still god awful. Them cornerbacks are still terrible. They ain't getting no pressure. That offensive line is still suspect. Joe Burrow gets hurt every year.
I will say that
I don't trust the head coach. I don't trust him at all. I'm going under until I've been proven otherwise. This Bengals team does not get my trust. So no.
I hear you. No, I hear you. I will say this. As much as I hate this fucking team, I do think they got better, a little slightly better on defense. I do. I think they added some pieces to the defense. Quietly, but they did.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go slightly over. I'm gonna say 10.
So much for you hating that team. Boy,
I hate
them love.
But I do like Joe Burrow. So.
I like Joe Burrow too. It's just I don't trust that head coach, and that team always fucking comes out slow. It's just
they do. They do.
They beat themselves all the time. So again, honestly, until that head coach leaves, I think they needed a head coaching change. But until that team leaves, I don't know. I just can't trust it. But again, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
No, I hear you. You're right. Everything that you just said could definitely happen. Joe Burrow could be hurt by week 4, and he ain't coming back till week 10 or out for the season. I'm not wishing that on that, brother. But Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, they stay in and out of the lineup with injuries. And that defense, that ever since they lost Lou Amarino, that defense ain't looked, even because I know a lot of people blamed it on him as last year. Well, when you're taking all his star players, what the fuck you think he's supposed to do?
Yeah.
You're taking all these good players away from him. So, and you see what he did with the Colts. He made that Colts defense look good. So, So we got to see with this coordinator, you know what I'm saying, how he can make these pieces. You know, they signed Boye Mafe to a big deal. They went and got what defense? Oh, they got Cassius Howe. You know, they got Brian Cook at safety, which he's a solid safety. We'll see how good he is outside of SPAG system. But you know, it's one of those things. But I'm gonna say 10 wins.
Yeah.
Houston Texans over under 9.5.
If CJ Stroud doesn't get this team to 12 wins, find a new quarterback.
Yeah.
This team might be the most talented team in the whole fucking NFL, dog.
14 to 15 wins.
Like, bro, this team should be the best team in the league. If you put Josh Allen on this fucking team, they may not lose the game. You put Patrick Mahomes on this team, they ain't not losing the game, dog. Like, what are we talking about? You put Justin Herbert on this team, they may lose 2. You know what I mean? They may lose 2. CJ Stroud, if you do not win at least 12 games with this team, they have the best defense, and they added Caden McDonald, dog. You added Caden McDonald, probably the best interior defensive lineman in this draft, most likely. You know what I mean? He's ultra talented. So you pair him up with Will Anderson, you pair him up with Sheldon Rankins, Daniil Hunter, Tommy. That them cornerbacks are elite. You added Reed Blankenship with Derek. Come on, dog. Come on. Kamari Lassiter. Come on, dog. Come on. CJ Stroud, this is on you, brother. You added David Montgomery, so you got to run the game with Woody Marks. There's no more excuses, bro. You get my man back, Tank Dell back. Hopefully he's in good spirits. Hopefully he's in good health with Jalen and all those guys. Like, come on, this team should easily win 12 games. They should easily be competing for the number 1 seed and being the best team in the league. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
With D'Amico Ryans as the head coach, like that defense might be all time this year. All time. We may be talking about them on the light of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
with Ray Lewis. They're that good, bro. They're that amazing. Like, this is all on CJ Stroud, bro. He looked good, losing the weight, all that. I don't know if those pictures are real or not, whatever, but it's all on CJ Stroud, bro. If you do not win this year, you're looking at a new team, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go over. I think I'm with you. If CJ Stroud can just be competent this season,
that's it.
That's 12 wins right there.
Easy, bro. This defense is gonna keep him down to like less than 14 points a game, at least.
And if he can be above average, then we talking about Super Bowl contenders. So
Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah,
Super Bowl favorites. And with that, and remember this: as bad as they played on offense last year, they made a good run. They made a cool little run. So
they did.
Come on, man. Come on, dog.
San Francisco 49ers over under 10.5.
This team is tough, bro.
It is.
I don't know. I feel like they're old, but I like I still like their older players, but I don't know, man. Ricky Parcells' injury history concerns me. Mike Evans, we all know he's eventually going to miss like a month with a hamstring injury. Christian McCaffrey's getting older.
They got him.
Yeah. Like they got Dre Green. Oh, who they get? Greenlaw back? Yeah, they got Greenlaw back. Pairing up with Fred Warner. So that's cool. But we all know Dre Greenlaw coming off that Achilles. He hasn't really been the same since then. I'm gonna go slightly under for San Francisco. I think the NFC West is just too tough. I'm gonna go slightly under. I think they're better teams in that division.
For sure. I'm with you. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna say I'm right at 10 wins.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them right at 10 wins.
Yeah.
The LA Chargers over under 10.5.
Again, this is another team. Why are they still held in high regard? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I love the depth on this team. You know, Omarion Hampton with Keaton Mitchell. I love that. Lab McConkey. Quinn Johnson, he shut me up for half of the year. You know, he had his moments. That offensive line should be one of the best in the league, but can they stay healthy?
Yeah.
You know, the defense, I like what the defense has done. Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like what they did.
Khalil Mack back.
Akeem Mesidor, you added Akeem Mesidor. You know what I mean? So, let me look at their schedule real quick.
It's tough.
Buffalo, at Seattle, back to back, Denver, at Kent. Yeah, that first month is brutal. God damn, they gotta go at Buffalo, at Seattle, then Denver, then go at Kansas City, then at the Rams, then you got Houston. Yeah, let me take that under. let me take that under, big dog, because I'm looking right now. All right, they're gonna win week 1 against Arizona. Las Vegas, I would assume they're gonna win. They're at home. We never beat them in LA. At Buffalo, I got them at loss. At Seattle, that's a loss. Denver, toss up, but that's a toss up because I don't trust Denver. I don't trust the offense. But Denver at home, them at home, I guess I'll give them a win. At Kansas City, if Mahomes is back ringing, I'm gonna say that's a loss. They never beat y'all in Kansas. Oh, I guess they kind of do, but I don't know. I'm gonna still take Kansas City. At Rams, no, I'm taking the Rams. Texans, no, they're not beating the Texans. Baltimore, they're not beating that Baltimore. Yeah, no, I'm taking that under, bro. I'm taking that under, big dog. I'm taking that under, big dog. Yeah, I'm taking that under, big dog. I got them at like 8 wins, bro. 8-9 wins, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. I say 10, about 10. 10 if they get squeaked out.
That's being gracious, bro.
It is,
that's
but I can
gracious,
see. I'm with you. I can see 9 to 8 wins.
That's being gracious, my boy. Yeah.
Your favorite team you hate the most? Kansas City, over under 10.5.
Look, I think roster wise, I think y'all guys are okay. I think there are certain things that I do left to be desired. Again, you did trade Trent McDuffie. You got to see if Monzer Delane. I think he's ultra talented, but we got to see what's up, how he performs in him with the lights on him. Patrick Mahomes coming off a real devastating knee injury, but it seems like he's going to be ready. Like they're not putting them on prime time for Justin Fields. Like Patrick Mahomes is going to be playing game 1. And then, the rumors that I heard, with his golf tournament out here, they said he is walking really good. Rumors I heard. So, Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, ultra talented, but can they stay healthy? I think that is a big question with them. That offensive line, can they stay healthy? This one's tough. I'm gonna have y'all slightly under. I can see y'all getting like 10 wins. I think y'all schedule isn't. I know you have like a crazy back end to the schedule, where I know you got to play Buffalo, Los Angeles, Bengals, New England, San Francisco, and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna go 10. I'm gonna slightly under 10.
I'm gonna go slightly over 11.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this. I think that because at first when I looked at the schedule, I was pissed.
It's not that bad looking at it. It really ain't that bad.
The bye week was what really pissed me off. I don't like that early bye week. But I looked at it, and that early part of that schedule leading up to Buffalo.
It's easy, dog. It's really easy.
Like,
dog.
I'm really thinking about it. I'm like, the Chiefs could at least be like 8-3 by the time.
Look, all right. Let's look at it right now. Let's look at it at Denver. I'm gonna have at home. I'm having if Patrick Mahomes is playing, I have y'all favorite against Denver. I do. Yeah. Indianapolis coming to Kansas City. I like y'all. Yeah. At Miami, that's a dub. At Vegas, you should win. Chargers, they play y'all tough. That could be a loss. You never know. At Seattle is going to be tough. At Denver is going to be tough. That game.
I got us losing back to back. I got us losing against Seattle, and I got us.
So y'all potentially could be 5-0, maybe 4-1, leading up to those 2 games. So let's say y'all 5. Let's say y'all 5-0. All right, then y'all be 5-2. Jets, y'all should win. Atlanta, y'all should win. Arizona, y'all should win. At Buffalo,
I got us losing.
I don't know, bro, because I think y'all comfortable in Buffalo. Y'all don't really trip in Buffalo,
bro. In the regular season, after last year, when we went into that Buffalo game, we had a chance to be like, all right, we back. Man, that game pissed me off so bad.
All right, yeah, I guess that could be
Andy Reid when he plays Buffalo. When I say he holds a lot of shit back, you can tell the way they just play differently in the regular season than they play them in the playoffs. I'm never picking. They got to show me. I'm never picking them against Buffalo.
All right, so let's say you lost at Rams. I could see a loss.
I'm losing that game.
At Cincinnati, this could be when Cincinnati. This not. But honestly, this could be when Cincinnati rolls because usually it's around this time of year. Cincinnati is hard to beat, so I could see that being a loss too. New England, I see y'all beating New England. I see y'all beating San Francisco. Yeah, man, I got y'all at 10, 11. Yeah, 10, 11. Yeah. I think y'all be around there. Yeah, as long as Mahomes is fully healthy, though. Mahomes has to be He has to be able to be Mahomes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Philadelphia over under 10.5.
Man, I don't know, bro. I don't know with this team, bro. I really don't know either. Let me look at this schedule, bro. I ain't worried about their depth chart because they're deep as fuck. Even without AJ Brown, they're still hella deep. At Washington is tough. I don't know. I just don't know what Washington team we're gonna get. That's gonna be a tough game. At Tennessee, I could see them winning that game. But then again, Eagles, they never play up to they always play down to competition. They never play up. I'm looking at their schedule right now. You said where they at? Where they at? 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say slightly under. I got them at 10. I'm gonna go 10.
Okay.
10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10 too. I got them at 10. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this is a team that it's a dumpster fire and it takes a step back and nicks it around.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This could be like either they're gonna honestly this Eagles season, either they're gonna be really good or they're just gonna be bad. Like they're gonna be bad where I could see them having like a top 10 pick. like everything a dumpster fire.
Like they look like us from last year.
Yeah, like it's just like a whole dumpster fire, bro. Like shit just don't go their way. They don't get the bounces, bad injuries. Like we don't want that, but it has all the feelings in the world, especially if they trade AJ Brown, bro. I don't know. It's tough. And then all the smoke with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts has another like mid-season. They're gonna run him out of the Philly.
Easy, which is crazy because he won you a Super Bowl. It's like, who you gonna find better than that? You know what I mean? But again, if they have like a top draft pick, do they even have their draft pick next year?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's another thing. They better put that shit because they keep trading all their shit. So
yeah,
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That one's tough, but yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Green Bay Packers, your favorite team, over under 10.5.
I'm going under, bro. I'm going under, bro. I just
so much.
I'm not a fan, bro. I'm really not, bro. I'm really not, bro. Because to me, he like old boy in Oregon who tries to pretend he's fucking goddamn Patrick Mahomes. Like he tries to pretend he Aaron Rodgers. Like I don't know, man. It's just something about him. I don't know. That Green Bay team does nothing for me, bro. Like I think they'll be a tough team. I think they'll compete, but I'm gonna go slightly under. I can see them winning like 9 or 10 games, man. Honestly, that's a tough division. That division's tough.
I got them under. I see 9, 10 wins too.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions, over under 10.5.
Let me look at their depth chart real quick. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that guy Isaiah Pacheco's ass. That's disgusting.
You ain't been seeing the videos with him and Jamar?
Ever since I saw one Isaiah Pacheco all season run, I'm cool, bro. I don't need to see any more. I don't know. I just don't trust this defense, bro.
I don't either.
I don't trust this defense.
I don't think they did enough on defense.
And then is Brian Branch even gonna be healthy?
We'll see.
Offensive wise, I love offensive wise, but defense, I can't trust him. I'm taking the under, bro. 10. This division is gonna be too tough, bro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be too tough. I'm got under. I could see them around where Packers are at 9, 10, 8 wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I got them. The Buffalo Bills, over under 10.5.
I'm gonna go over. I just think you got Josh Allen. He's gonna win you 7, 8 games on his own. So if this defense could just play somewhat respectable, they should be cool. I'm gonna go over, and there's gonna be a lot of excitement going into that new stadium. So I'm going.
I'm going over. The only team they got to worry about in this division is Patriots.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So then most of the time they play really good against the Patriots. Like that might be their toughest matchups.
That's like 5 to 6 wins, right?
Yeah, I think they might. I could see them winning 13, maybe 14 games.
Yeah, they might be the 1 seed.
They might be. Yeah, they might be. They might be.
Seattle, over under 10.5.
I'm gonna go slightly under. I think they lost a lot of cornerbacks in their backfield, which is tough. I'm gonna go slightly under. I think that division is too tough, man. It's gonna be a lot of crammed teams. I'm gonna be surprised if they're fighting to see who comes out of that division. So I'm gonna go slightly under. I'm gonna go 10, around 10.
I'm gonna go slightly over. I'm gonna go like 12 wins. I think that defensive line is still intact. They did keep Devin Witherspoon, so I know they lost Reek Woolen, but they got Witherspoon in the other corner on the other side, so I think they'll be fine. They still got the safety that was really important to what they do in that secondary anyway. So, so I got them slightly over. I get like 11, 12 wins.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens, over under 11.5.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over. I like the addition of Elijah Surratt. You guys still got Zay Flowers. Derrick Henry don't even look like he's slowing down anytime soon. If this defense can stay healthy, obviously we got to see Nnamdi in his neck. But you added Trey. I don't know. Did he have surgery again? I don't know. They got him questionable on the thing, but they added Trey Henderson, got John Jenkins and stuff like that. Again, if Kyle Hamilton and this cornerback situation can stay healthy, they're going to be really good. So I'm gonna go over. I think Lamar Jackson is highly motivated this year, so I'm gonna go over.
I'm going over too. I think adding Zion Young on defense, add that offensive lineman to replace the lineman that you guys signed. Yeah. I mean, it did hurt them to lose Max Crosby because Max, I would have been pressing the over. But even still, you like you said, you got Trey Henderson. I think that secondary will be a lot better than what they were last year, and I think they'll be fine. I think they're going to be over. I wouldn't be surprised they win this division.
For sure.
And then last but not least, the LA Rams over under 11.5.
I'm gonna go over, but this would have been so much easier if they didn't waste a fucking draft pick on Ty Simpson. If they would have drafted Mekhi Lemon, this is easily over. I'm gonna still take over because they're just ultra talented, and in addition to Trent McDuffie, they pretty much got your secondary in the back.
Trent McDuffie, Jalen Ward,
you know what I mean.
Cam Curl and the other safeties. So
Obviously, we do need to see some improvement on that D line. They did take a little step back last year, but
they did.
Overall, offensively, they should have no problems. Defensively, I don't think they should have problems. But if they can get a little bit more pressure, again, they just wasted the top pick for no reason for Ty Simpson. Imagine the depth that they would have added on this team if they could have added one of those top players in the draft. But again, I think they try to get too cute, and that could bite them a little bit. But I'm gonna still go over. I think the Rams are still the best team in the NFC. So
yeah, I'm going over. I think they're 14 win, 15 win, 16.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. That does it for the over-unders, man.
Mm-hmm.
We could do our, season, all that stuff, like beginning of the season, like August or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna start our fantasy stuff soon, like our too early fantasy rankings.
We could do that too.
We'll start that next Monday. Yeah, we'll go position by position. So we'll do our top 10 or something for each position.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, for sure, man. You got anything else?
Nah, man. I went on my rant. 20 minutes solid. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all rerun that over and over again. So besides that, I ain't got nothing. I'm excited to watch these two games, man. Game 7 in hockey, and then obviously the Thunder Spurs game 1. I'm excited to watch those.
All right, man. Who gives you flowers of the week?
Flowers of the week. Flowers of the week. Hey, somebody important that deserves it. I don't know. Not off the top of my head. I'll give it to Sir Drake. I'll give it to Drake, man. Congratulations to him on his 3 albums and quality albums. And then him getting out his deal rumoredly. So I'll give it to Drake, man. Shout out to him. It's his weekend.
For sure. I want to give my flowers to. I don't know who I want to give my flowers to, man. It's a tough one.
Oh, I want to give my flowers to Jason Collins.
Yeah, for sure.
Him passing away, and Brandon Clark.
Yeah,
him passing away too. I want to give my condolences to those families as well. We didn't talk about it on NBA news, so that's my fault. But yeah, shout out to those 2 gentlemen. Sad story over last week. So I do definitely want to give my flowers to them. Jason Collins, pioneer for the LGBTQ community, coming out, showing a lot of love, being a great representative for that community. We know all the hate that they get. So shout out to him. And then obviously Brandon Clark, he was a big influence. If you read up about him, he was a big influence in that Memphis community. So I know they're hurting. He has some charities that were going on as well. So young man, only 29 years old. Jason Collins, terrible cancer in his brain. So, you know how it is. Fuck cancer. And Brandon Clark, man, rest in peace, man. It's tough. Sad stories.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the families, and my condolences and rest in peace to both of those brothers. Unfortunate situation. Give my flowers to my baby brother, man. It's his birthday tomorrow, man.
Oh man, happy birthday! Happy
24.
birthday.
I give a birthday shout out to my baby girl. She just turned 18. You know what I'm saying? Last week, so last Friday was her birthday. So shout out to both of them, man. Give my flowers to both of them.
Yeah, man. Aces 2, 4-1. Shout
Yeah,
out to y'all. You know what I mean? Starting the season strong.
All right, man. Who gets your hell no?
Hell nah. It's my hell nah. Man. I'll say this, man. I try not to get too political, but everybody that's been involved in stripping all these voting rights in all these countries and all this gerrymandering stuff, man, all y'all get a hell nah, bro. You know what I mean? This country is just, I love being an American. You know what I mean? I know America has a lot of terrible history, just like every country does. This country has some brutal, bad history. But it's a lot of good that comes out of this country. You know what I mean? You see some great humanity things. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great intellectual people out here in this world, man, in this country, man. And it's just sad to see the state of what this country has revolved into. That whole, I don't know if you're very familiar with the whole Chud the Builder. I've seen him on my social medias, and that ignorant motherfucker, he got what he deserved.
Yep.
Hopefully the gentleman that did get shot by him is doing well. But situations like that where, it's ugly scenes, man. It's just, people like to turn hate into freedom of speech. But in reality, yeah, you can say whatever you want, but there's consequences to things that you say. And, all this, him going around telling, black people chimping out, calling them the N-word and stuff like that. Like, you're asking for it, brother. And I'm happy that the justice system is going hard at him, because it needs to be shown, especially in a state like Tennessee. It needs to be shown that stuff like that is just unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Racism should be beneath us. It's old. It's played. It's outdated. It really is, dog. Like, it really is. Half of the time I laugh because of the ignorance when people still try to throw the N-word, and it's like, that's all y'all got. That's really all y'all got. But if you're willing to say that in my face, you're asking for the consequences. You just met the right one that day, and I'm glad that they're going hard at him. But in a climate where we have a president who just associates himself with that, a Congress that just kneels at everything he says, it's kind of annoying, man. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, man, this country and this government needs to get a backbone and start going back to being what America is, and it's being united, fighting for the people, fighting the real issues in this country, and not the dumb shit. That's just my reality. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. My hell no goes to Max B.
What he do?
He was on Gilly and Wallow's show, and he was talking about how he is the only rappers that should be above him should be Jay-Z, Nas, and I think he said Drake. And he put disrespect on my man Big Daddy Kane's name, saying that he's more relevant than Big Daddy Kane. Listen, Max B, I love you, brother. Glad you're out. Glad you're out on the streets, man. I really am. But Big Daddy Kane is a legend. He is a pioneer in hip hop. We gotta stop doing this to our legends, dog. Yes, they may not be as irrelevant as far as in front of people's faces, but you don't see country people doing that to their legends. You don't see rock and roll motherfuckers doing that to their legends. They put love and respect and admiration to all their legends. Why do we always disrespect our legends and say they too old, they outdated? Big Daddy Kane is probably still doing shows, getting money. Jay-Z still puts him out there because Jay-Z, that was one of his mentors. Like, why do we do this in the hip-hop culture? We always disrespect our legends, the ones that came before us. They're the reasons why we have this culture, man. And we gotta stop putting respect on their names, man. They crawl so we can run and walk.
That's true.
So I just wish that as a community, as a culture, we would stop putting disrespect on the ones that came before us. That's all I'm saying. But Max B, you bugging, dog. You've had mixtapes. My man has had albums.
Yeah.
Like Big Daddy Kane was part of a revolution when it came to hip hop. He was one of those ones. So we not gonna do that. So you got to get the hell no, brother.
Nah, yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
And Drake, you get hell no from Made Honor.
Come on, man. He had 2 out of 3, man. Come on, man. Let him slide.
Yeah,
Let him slide. Let him slide, man. Let him slide.
All right, man. If you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal Podcast, you can donate to $ Cris Mal Podcast. We'll appreciate whatever you want to donate, whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, whatever you use, we are available. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you could jump in the live. You could talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. Go ahead and hit us up, man. Get in the live stream and talk to us. Give us your opinion, whether you agree with us, disagree with us, or hit us up on the playback. Leave a comment in the comment section. We will answer you back. Whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Kick, whatever you use, we are available at Cris Style Mal. Follow us. We will follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, and all kinds of various other things. If you have critiques or feedback or a question or topic, and we like said question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, good people. Until Wednesday, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Next few days, watch some NBA basketball. Some baseball's on. The NHL conference finals is up. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully the Golden Knights can get there again and win another championship. But until Wednesday, we will be back to talk all that good stuff. So until then, we are out.
Adios.